to come in contact with me and do these things, but I recognize the behavioral patterns in society. Like, this is...
I don't want to come in. Brooke is mad because she thinks somebody is stalking her at the gym to play music she doesn't like.
what I do. This is what I've always done. I understand why people tick. They don't know why they tick. I know why they tick.
Brooke's a psychologist.
Or they don't. Yo, that
Sociologist?
laundromat. I don't know if it's the water. I don't know what, man. They don't stink. It's just they don't smell like Downy. I'm wondering... Oh, that does. Oh, that does too. Maybe it's the bag. I gotta change. And then I need to put bed sheets on the damn thing. Hello? I need to put bed sheets on this damn... I took the window covers down too. I need to put those up. I don't even know where they're at. Sheet. Towel. Blanket. I thought the damn window covers were in here. They're not. Alright. Let's go change, and then we're gonna go cut the gym membership off. It hit my Truist account too. So like that $12, $18, whatever they took, something for somebody in my position, that $12 or $18 could send my entire account into overdraft, which causes me to lose that bank account, which enables me to be able to have a gym membership, which stops me from being able to shower. I didn't have but $32 in there. And they took damn near half. Thank God I had $30 in there, because if I didn't, it would have set off a chain reaction of bullshit, honey. Let me just tell you, a chain reaction of bullshit. I don't even touch that account. The reason I have the Truist account is to have a gym membership, because you have to have, they do not take Cash App.
Right, Rookie? Yeah, like someone's just get a waiver.
You have
right
to
before close.
have a true, and everybody needs an actual bank account anyways. You should have several bank accounts, because you never know what's gonna fucking happen.
I don't know that. How many of you have several bank accounts?
I mean, I cannot believe I've literally gotten shit for having 2 bank accounts. Like, what is going on? Tell me you don't know how to adult without telling me you've never adult.
I have 2 bank accounts, but like that's not several.
I get shit for everything. Yeah, I think that it's wrong that they can just get your bank account and you're on no contract. And here, I'll show you. And they can just swindle money in your sleep. I think that it's crazy. Hey, Nacho Pancake. I'm just ignoring it. I ignore it. I ignore the chat. I got too much going on. I got real life problems. I ain't got time to worry about the drama, you know? Good morning, though. Let's go to Truist. I mean, seriously, thank God I had $30 in there, because if they would have done that, I mean, you don't understand. If they would have overdrafted my bank account and messed up my gym membership and caused that chain reaction where I wouldn't have been able to shower, I might lose my mind. People don't get it because people shower every day. And here's this Apple thing again. So it was a $12 maintenance fee from the gym. It's crazy.
The fuck is a maintenance fee?
And I gotta call Apple because they've been drafting my new bank account $20 every month. For what? Great question.
YouTube Premium?
I don't buy anything through Apple. I don't have anything on Apple.
YouTube Premium, probably.
It doesn't make sense. I don't know, man. I get so exhausted dealing with this bullshit. Apple is a good company that will rob you in your sleep. They'll take $2.99, $24.99, and you don't even know what's coming out unless you go and look at your bank statement. Then you call them, and they'll give you a refund if you put your foot down and fight them on the issue. I had this happen back in 2021. They took hundreds of dollars out of my account over a period of like 2 years, and I had to fight Apple.
I hate people like this. I used to work in like somewhat customer service. People call and be like, oh, I didn't realize that I had this phone line for 2 years. And it's like, oh, that sucks. There's like, you look on your bill right here, you have a fucking 60-day dispute period. After that, you can suck my fucking dick. She actually got a year's worth of charges back Like, monitor your finances. Be an adult, like you just told us to do, Brooke.
To get that money back. They were siphoning funds out of my bank account. $2.99 here, $4.99 there. Like, and I don't think most people pay attention to those subscriptions, but they add up. They add up.
You signed up for the subscriptions, right?
And a lot of those companies will continue to bill you after you're not even using their services. HelloFresh is another one that does that. They were scamming. I had to fight them for money. And then they wanted to send me some free food. Keep your damn box of food and shove it up your ass, you scammer. I don't want nothing from you. Dirty. Dirty hands. They did. They took like $250 out of my bank account in a blink of an eye, and I had to call and dispute that shit. That was in 2021 too.
I'm 20 minutes late to this. I was up 20 minutes ago. It's your fucking notifications suck.
I guess that's when I woke up. That was about a year after I got clean. That was really when I woke up. Like, what is going on? Like, people are literally stealing my money every time I turn around. This shit's illegal as hell. And nobody says anything. And then when you try to get these situations resolved, these companies have gotten to where they don't even have workers, call centers. YouTube is one of them. YouTube is a triple-digit billion-dollar company with no customer service lines. There's no one for me to contact at YouTube to get help with my channel if I need it. Y'all want to hear something crazy before I go change? Because I read about this. This demonic ass woman right here killed her little boy. This little boy right here, he was 6 years old, through an exorcism.
We're just looking at more parents that are worse than you today, or that you consider worse than you.
This evil ass woman killed her 6-year-old son. The cops found his dead body. What happened is from what I recall, I'm gonna read this too. From what I recall, he did not show up for school. He was 6 years old. His teachers didn't see him for like 2 weeks. They sent investigators to the home. This woman opens the door and acts like she's gonna give them tea and crumpets. Come on in, officers. You want a glass of tea? Would you like a scone, a chocolate chip cookie? She invites them into the home, and they're looking for this poor little boy, and they find his dead body in his bedroom. It's being said that she tried to perform an exorcism on him. And let me just be clear that this woman is from Hades. She's Haitian. We've talked about religion and things that they believe in Hades before. A great portion is into voodoo. Not all, but a good portion, a great portion, the majority. They practice black magic, white magic, black magic. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. The Lord is clear in his word to not be messing with no occult and the arts. It's evil. I understand that people want to say, oh, I practice white magic, I'm a good witch. It's still evil in the eyes of the Lord.
Yeah, I guess she's one of these people who hate Harry Potter.
So her name was Rhonda Paulinice. She was charged with second-degree murder after authorities found the body of her son.
Isn't exorcism like to get rid of demons and stuff? I wouldn't even call an exorcism magic. Religious people believe in exorcism. What are you talking about?
And I'm not going to be able to say this very well. It's Raymond Perrier. And this was during a welfare check on May 30th. So this was just a few days ago. The mother was arrested and charged with the death of her 6-year-old son after a deputy found his body during a welfare check at their home in Fort Pierce, Florida. Rhonda told detectives that she, quote, believes that she was being told by God to basically exorcise demons out of the child's body. This is so reminiscent of Lori Daybell. Remember, her kids were, what were they, zombies? She said they were either demons or zombies. It's so sad. It's being said that little Pierre, it's been said that he was really sweet and he was always smiling and just full of joy in life. These mental health problems, man, listen. She
Have any of you watched her uploaded videos yet? I haven't.
Clearly has mental health problems if she thinks that her 6-year-old son was possessed and that God was telling her to exorcise demons out of his body.
You told us that God and Satan were preventing you from uploading a video yesterday.
In my opinion, that's a mental health problem.
So you have mental health problems.
This woman is sick in the head.
Yeah, you are too.
A Florida woman charged with the death of her 6-year-old son allegedly told police that she was trying to exorcise demons out of his body. A deputy responded to the Fort Pierce, Florida home around 10 a.m. local time Friday, May 30th to conduct a welfare check. The St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office said the 6-year-old, a student at Samuel Gaines Academy, had not attended class in more than 2 weeks, and a school resource deputy was concerned. Upon arrival, the 41-year-old mother was in the driveway. She proceeded to escort the deputy into the home. It's screaming mental health problems. People, if she wanted to simply kill her son, and I'm not justifying murder at all, she needs to be locked behind bars, absolutely. But someone that would intentionally kill their kid, they wouldn't be so, if they were mentally stable and in the right frame of mind, they would not be so willing, in my opinion, to let investigators into the home with a dead body in it. They would be trying to cover it up if this was something more nefarious. The fact that she was so willing to invite investigators into the home screams mental health to me.
Or she thought that they just wouldn't check that room. If she were cooperative, then they wouldn't suspect anything and they would just leave.
It screams mental health. She absolutely needs to be behind bars. But she invited the cops into the home. It wasn't like she was trying to run from the fact that she had done this. She flat out told the cops, God told me to do this to him. Which is so sad. Investigators believe the child died on May 18th, but an autopsy will provide more information. Due to the amount of time his body was left on a bed, medical examiners could not determine the manner of death at the scene. I mean, look at her. Does she look okay? Once again, we profile people to check in on people.
Would you be? She's all about that profiling. What is wrong with this person in the picture? Like, what's the issue here for you, Brooke? If you say it's like skin color, I'm gonna get angry, and it's very early to get angry.
They don't look well. We check in on them. Are you okay? May 18th was also the last day that she spoke to her son, according to her.
I got lots of pictures of Brooke looking like a fucking psychopath. Are we gonna profile Brooke?
So they're trying to come up with a definitive timeline when this baby died and how he was killed. The mother has said that she was doing exorcisms and trying to exorcise these demons out of him. Is it starvation? Was it some other external factor? Did she strangle him? Did she give him something that made him die? They don't know. But her statements alone are enough to, and his dead body laying there for days, that poor baby. It's enough to charge her with murder. The reason they can't charge her with first-degree murder is probably because they don't know how he died and they can't prove that she intended to kill him. So she's the lead suspect in the investigation, and she told detectives that she had attempted an exorcism on the 6-year-old, the exact details of
she's 38.
which are not known. The detective says, quote, what we did learn in speaking with the mother is that she believed she was being told by God to basically exorcise demons out of the child's body. And when the child had stopped moving and basically passed away, at that point, she felt the child had been released from those demons and was waiting for him to basically come back at that time. So this lady is clearly off her rocker if she thinks that her son is going to be resurrected. Oh my God, he was so cute, y'all.
That's another good point, too. Most people don't look good in their mugshots.
Look at him in his little shirt for school. Oh my God, that big old smile. That poor baby. And let me tell you something. This is not an isolated incident. These things just don't evolve overnight like this. There was probably a lot of hell going on in that home. This little boy has probably been through so much because of his clearly his mother has mental health problems, and he's probably been through a lot. The 41-year-old mother exhibited a lot of highs and lows during the investigation, from laughing at different times at the scene to crying. They said that she would be hysterical, crying, and then laughing, and then making jokes. I heard this in a different report as well. They said that she was absolutely unstable. You could tell she was unstable. She was booked, and she was arrested and booked. She was charged with second-degree murder, as well as the failure to report a death, and willfully touching or moving a body, clothing, or article upon or near a body. Her bond is set at $150,000. First of all, I have a huge problem with this. First of all, for murder cases, we do not give bond. How many murderers are gonna get released and then go commit another murder while out on bond for the first murder? This is why the system is broken, folks. She has a bond of $150,000. She would only need, 10 to 15% of that to get out with the bondsman. She doesn't need the full $150,000. No.
What was Brooke's bond again when she got sent to jail?
She would only need
She was complaining about it yesterday, but I can't remember how much it was for.
a small portion of that to get out. It's just, It's crazy that they would even set a bond. She needs to be in a mental hospital, and they have her in the county jail. I mean, she needs to be in both. And, you know, that's a whole nother discussion we need to have one day, because I really feel like there needs to be...
Why do you guys talk about politics all the time? I never bring up politics. Anyone who's like hyper focused on politics is like so fucking stupid to me. Like, why? Just tell me why. Like, what does it give you? Move out of the country if you don't like your country. Just shut the fuck up.
A whole nother branch of mental health service combined with the Department of...
Oh, hers was 250,000? Yeah, that's what.
Corrections.
150,000 is too low.
When you are in the Department of Corrections, you receive no mental health services. A good portion of the people that are in these correction facilities, they're repeat offenders. They need mental health services. Part of the reason that they're criminals is because they've never received mental health services. I know that people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. 95% of strippers were molested as children.
Some politics is like some people's whole identity. Like these two old people who are running for president or to run your stupid fucking country that you're never going to have any influence over. You're fighting with other people all over the place in your personal life. Like, what is wrong with you? Get the fuck over it. Like, I'm so sick of politics. Anyone talking any politics is going to get blocked.
There's a trend.
For liberal or conservative, I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up.
Here, you know? Like, there needs to be a combination of mental health services inside of the Department of Corrections.
Go to your fucking meetings or whatever, your local city council, and go make some effective change. Get the fuck off my YouTube channel.
But they'll never do that because they don't want people to be happy, functioning, stable members of society. They want people in the Department of Corrections. That's how they generate income. So, you know, they make so much money off of bond, off of restitution. They make so much money off the court system. I'm going to change real quick. You know the rules. Don't touch the gear shift.
Alright, let's see how far we can skip ahead here. Not that far. She left us all alone again, guys. Left us all alone. Matt Hoffman's in there. We know Matt Hoffman. Not the pro BMXer, but other cool person, Matt Hoffman. Who got kicked out of some other
I know. It would be too expensive. It would be too expensive to give people the proper mental health services in the Department of Corrections. They would have to hire clinical psychologists. They would have to have therapists.
Daisy has a whole team. What are you talking about?
They would have to have nurses that specialize in medication. It would be too expensive to help people. And, you know, prisons have turned into mental hospitals anyway since all the mental hospitals shut down and was defunded. I'd be willing to bet. Let's just give it a go. Let's just give it a go and see if it says something. I cannot believe they gave that bitch a bond. It makes me want to drive to Fort Pierce and, like, take it up with the judge myself. What are you doing? She's an absolute threat to society. She just killed her child, and you give her a $150,000 bond. When you know that she's mentally unstable and she needs to be, at the very least, in a mental hospital, if not fully behind bars in the DOC. But I get a bond for $25,000 for a crime that I did not commit when I was the victim of a crime by being spit on by the manager of a Planet Fitness.
Yeah, see, that's why she's angry.
You know, there's a reason I record this, because it's so unbelievable. If I didn't record it, nobody would ever believe me 50 years from now.
We watched the recording yesterday. It didn't go in her favor. Like, it didn't make her look sane or get me on her side or anything like that.
That's my whole life. I wish I had a camera when I was a kid. I do. I wish I had a camera when I was a kid. Thank you, Joe Mama. Good morning. If I see somebody sexually harassing me, I'm damn blocking them. It's always something negative. I know, that's why I ignore it. People are like, oh, she ignores the comments. Why do I want to jump into a conversation about hate?
Because you started the conversation about hate. Brooke has a lot of hate in her heart, I feel.
Do you not hear the words coming out of my mouth right now? Can you not understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Rush Hour, great movie. Why do I want to jump into some drama when I care about real life shit? Why would I want to jump in some drama? I have a life. It's not the best, but at least I got one. At least I got one. We need to put this laundry up, but I don't want to do it right here. I want to go somewhere more private. I needed to change and use the bathroom. I need water. I feel sick. You ever get so, like, you ever wake up and you're kind of nauseous?
Yeah, when I have to listen to or Brooke, whenever it's wake up, I'm drinking water. Hate water.
Let's do those Steve Harvey greens.
What?
Tart cherry.
Steve Harvey made these?
Listen, they were on sale for $5. They were originally $20.
I don't know if Steve Harvey made beverages.
They make me feel so much better when I do drink one.
Did you see some football player smashed a Lego head of Steve Harvey and he was so sad. So sad.
That's crazy. I can feel the difference. That is what we call your body screaming for nutrients. Because that's what's in here. Look at all them vitamins and minerals.
Can't read that. Backwards.
I can't even start.
Blurry.
I mean, it's a lot of greens. It's stuff that your body needs. Antioxidants, vitamin A through everything. Come on. Can you open that for me? Oh, they smell like ash in the can though, man. They smell like gerbil farts or something. Raccoon poop. Ah!
Steve Harvey beverage crystals. They smell like rat shit or raccoon shit.
No! Come on, man. They don't want to come out. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. So the only downside is I can never get them in the bottle right. The packages make it hard to, I ain't got time for this. Damn, I got it everywhere, y'all.
Why is it colored like that? Every time I see Brooke run too, she's always running like, I don't know, in a weird.
All right, squirrel, let's go. You ready,
I think
squirrel?
of a word to describe it. What's going on, Matt?
It looks like mud water, don't it?
I seen you give Brooke the business. I don't know if she blocked you or not.
Y'all, I don't feel the best today. I think I'm starting to ovulate. I felt it coming on last night. I'm getting pretty
Oh, the PMDD's coming.
good at timing these
Hurry in
things.
effect.
And another cycle begins.
Premenstrual deficit disorder. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it stands for. What does it stand for? That's
Damn, it's hot already.
premenstrual dysphoric disorder. I got one word wrong.
Ah,
I guess a deficit would be like menopause.
jeez.
That is a gross color. Like, that doesn't look appetizing or appealing or anything.
I'm okay. It was just a lot. First thing.
It's like green mixed with orange.
Tart cherry. Damn, man, that taste. That damn taste. You know, y'all know the guy that I got in an argument with, the one that said that I would be dead in a week. Remember that?
Yeah, we watched that yesterday too.
It was a short that I stitched. This guy tries to walk up to me. He's drunk. Whatever.
He yelled, "I'll be dead in a week."
His car. He works back there. This is the type of person I am.
Yeah, that when you think you're being stalked, you stalk the person stalking you, so you find out where they work and everything like that, and you know exactly where they are at all times. But you're the one being stalked.
If he apologized to me, I would take the video down.
I don't think he cares if the video's up, to be honest.
If he apologized and said, sorry, I was being a pervert. They'll never do that, though. Perverts are incapable of admitting they're perverts. They don't even know it. But yeah, if he apologized for
If you admit that you're a pervert, I'll take the video down.
being drunk and threatening to kill me, I'd be willing to take the video down.
Weekend on Ethereum. Nah, I think you mean meth.
He said I was mad that Trump won.
I don't think it's on meth, but maybe.
That was the moment I knew he didn't know me from my channel, because if he watched my channel, he would have knew that I was a Trump supporter. So it's funny. But yeah, I was thinking about that last night because I keep seeing his car. I don't like to rock the boat. I don't like to cause problems, but I don't cause problems. I've never caused a problem. I've literally never started shit, not once in my life. I've finished
Yeah, you just escalate it to all hell.
a lot of shit, like that guy that I had to cuss out that day, but I've never started anything intentionally, not once in my life. I don't operate that way. I'm too busy worrying about what I got on in life to be trying to start drama in your life. And I know that that's wrong.
I mean, if Brooke could just ignore people, her life would probably be a lot better. She would be a lot calmer too. Like if she just ignored that guy, he would have walked away. Because like, why would he just sit there talking to himself? Instead, she like threatened to kill him and filmed him. So that gave him an incentive to stick around and be like, what the fuck is this?
When people do that, it's wrong. Oh shoot, pothole. When they come into your life and try to start drama, that's not a friend. That is not a friend. That's a fake, a phony, a waste, a waste.
She's making fun of Lieutenant Dan? I thought she liked Lieutenant Dan. He wants to start a shrimp boat or something.
Anyone coming here with drama will be blocked. I'm not gonna keep reiterating shit I said yesterday.
Are people saying my name? I don't see my
It's
name.
exhausting. Once again, it's like dealing with toddlers in the comment section. And I'm aware it's not all of y'all. I'm aware. Y'all, I'm not using it. I say it every time. I'm like, I'm not using that laundromat anymore. I swear to God, I think it's the water. This Jacksonville water is polluted or something, y'all. I don't know. I just know one day when it's revealed.
Alright, so she's in Jacksonville.
Hopefully by then I have an editor so he can stitch 2025's video so whenever they find out the water's contaminated.
I would be Brooke's editor if she paid me. I don't think she'd want me to be her editor. But I want, like, I don't know, cuts, like deep cuts of Brooke.
It'll probably be like 2040. I'll be like, y'all remember back in 25, I was in Jacksonville and I said the water was contaminated. I won't be sounding like that in 2040, but maybe 2080.
I've edited for other channels before. I just don't edit for free.
And
I really fucking hate editing, actually.
hopefully by then I'll have an editor that'll stitch that shit. He'll come back to 2025 and find me talking about the nasty ass water here and how it stinks. Stinks so bad. I just ain't never in my life washed laundry and it had it smell worse than when I put it in the wash machine. But it happens. It smells like downy, but it smells like that rotten ass water too. Maybe I'm just OCD. Maybe I just got a good sniffer. And you know, my standards are pretty high, let's be honest. What do we want? For people to do their jobs, our food to be right, a smile with service, you know, human decency. It's too much. It's too much to ask for. My standards are too high. I want too much. I want people to respect themselves. I want too much. You know, my standards are so high, maybe my laundry's supposed to smell like shit when it comes out of there. I don't know. I wouldn't know. All right. Jesus, Brooke. This is why I do this every 2 to 3 days, because I waited.
I didn't realize that the bed was just on top of, like, totes. No wonder her back is all messed up. That's not, like, a solid frame at all.
The entire weekend and then some. And it's a wreck. And I got Starburst on my mattress, y'all. I fell asleep with a whole mouthful of Starburst.
So who does that? That's not good.
And drooled everywhere. Love that for me. I need to pull that off, but
I don't even know that that's possible if you're not on drugs. How do you fall asleep with a mouthful of Starburst?
I don't know when. I usually do it like every 6 months to a year. I never sleep on it. I have a sheet. And just because I'm homeless don't mean I gotta be raggedy. You know what I mean? Just because I'm homeless don't mean I gotta be raggedy. I'm well. How are you? Hey, Debbie. Hello. Good morning, y'all. When I tell you that I am mentally and physically exhausted from yesterday, like seriously, it took an absolute toll on me talking about that shit. And that shit I've already been over for like 30 years in therapy. So for it to still...
Yeah, we'll watch those after. I downloaded them just in case she deletes them. I don't know why she would. Not doing very well in numbers. I swear to God, like, uploaded videos are just like... YouTube don't care about that shit anymore.
Bother me that bad. Yeah, it sucks. And we only made it to the first, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 years.
There we go.
And I didn't even go into detail that great because there's not enough time, because then I can't upload the video.
It's scary. Check it out.
I would say
Oh my hell. Oh my hell. It's scary. He's live right now.
went through similar upbringings like mine.
Never heard oh my hell before.
These things, they understand how often it was happening. You know, like this was not a one-time thing. This was a daily basis of feeding sexual abuse, psychological torture. And people that went through the same kind of upbringing, they'll understand, damn it, that this was every day. But the people that haven't been through things like that, I need to learn how to vocalize how it was an everyday thing. This was not a once in a, you know, damn it, I can't get this and talk at the same time. My ADHD.
She gets like a fair amount of money.
My window curtains, and you gotta do them a certain way for them to lay a certain way on the windows.
In my opinion, in my humble opinion.
That looks good. I got this one.
Corrupted, how you doing?
I can do the other
Ah, she deleted it.
side now.
Or Ahmad deleted it. She was in the back of her truck. I don't even see any mods.
Here, start
the fuck is a mod here?
Maurice, I don't know why they wouldn't let you show your hearts and stars. This is what I'm saying. They block Maurice's positive message, but they let the trolls come and spread lies. YouTube really, I mean, it's like they just fight against their creators. They don't want us to win. They want us to struggle, so we have to keep working for them and making more content. Like, it's crazy. It's like...
Yeah, YouTube has like a whole book about Brooke's life, so anytime anybody lies about Brooke, YouTube should just know to delete it. Like, what are you talking about? It's just like trigger words or whatever. You could like put words that you want banned.
And, you know, if they were smart, they'd realize that if they paid a livable wage to creators that were out here working like we are, that things would go easier and I'd be able to make them more money. The more money I have, the more I can make. It takes money to make money.
Oh, you gotta try some new shit, Brooke. I don't know. What is she doing? Being mischievous. She's doing. The YouTube conspiracy.
Alright, that one's up. Start on the bed. Oh, need this. My mattress topper comes off. That's how it got ripped. Oh. Oh, it's hot already. I wonder what the temperature's supposed to be today. The humidity is stifling. Can't wait to figure out what I got on my school test on Friday. I probably won't know till Wednesday.
The agricultural businesswoman school work that you don't like reading about, but you just thought you'd be asked random questions about shit you don't know. Like, I don't know. Her learning method is interesting to me.
Eat me alive, wondering, you know? Oh, I need air. Oh, I need air, fam. Oh, God, it's hot. God, it says it's only 73. There ain't no damn way.
So what's fucking temperature is it here? 55.
My truck says 73.
So sick of Canada.
Yeah, it's 83 degrees and almost 60% humidity. Whew. Maybe it's just because it was so chilly, I cooled off, and then like now it feels hotter. Sauce bag that I washed. It came clean. I spilled a Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A in it. Had to throw everything in it away.
Yeah, I like the honest Southern channel. You can tell that she didn't have the accent back then. She talked like a, I don't know, like a valley girl or some shit.
I don't want these packets in here in case of one buzz. Mayonnaise and mustard. God, I need to clean this shit out. More mayonnaise. Alright, sauce bag. Check. I need to charge some stuff. Oh, that's charged.
There's corrupted.
Okay, pillows. I washed all my pillows, dried them. They smell really good. Oh, how does the pillows come out smelling good?
Oh, critters lurking? That makes sense.
But damn, my clothes smell burnt. Pillows. Where's the other one? Pillow. I didn't wash the little blue one because it's got a tear in it and I need to sew it up. I got a sewing kit somewhere around here. Towel. Put that in the gym bag. Blanket. I washed everything. And it smells good too. Maybe I just have OCD. Maybe I'm just obsessed with my laundry smelling good because it's supposed to. My expectations are too high. I want it to smell better coming out of the wash than it went in the wash. Oh, my expectations are too high. It's too much in 2025 to want your laundry to smell better coming out of the wash than going in the wash, you know? I'm the problem. It's me.
Yeah, maybe it's your sense of smell. I don't know.
Come on. Y'all, there is a sailboat that got stuck right here. This is crazy. I gotta show you this before we leave. I'm getting hungry. I don't know what I want. Pillar. Ugh. Gym bag.
I don't know what I want either.
I organized all of this last night too. So I put all my little bags that have different stuff. I organized everything. I need to clean those makeup brushes. I forgot. They'll probably sit in there for a week before I remember, because I never wear makeup.
Who is Critter, even? Like, is it a guy or girl? How old are they? I don't know anything about Critter.
Man, them bitches be like blending up bloom and shit, acting like it tastes good. I know you fucking lie. This shit tastes like mud water. All them bitches be trying to sell people stuff, acting like, bloom, let me blend it up and drink it with a straw like it's cute. It tastes like ass.
Or Steve Harvey.
Like I said, I'll never try to sell y'all no bullshit like that. It's so funny, but it's so true. Look at this boat that's gotten stuck. What is going on?
Critter is an older man and his wife is also a member. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to have to be out in the open at a beach or a state park. Look at that boat.
So they just like sit in bed together, watch Brooke, and like, oh, this homeless lady's gonna make it one day. I don't know why I gave him that voice. It seems accurate.
Yeah. You're going to have to be somewhere either out west or down south, because most major cities are not going to let you exist living out of a car. They're actually passing laws and have been to prevent people from living out of a car.
Why do you go live every time Brock goes live? There's a market for it, apparently. She bans too many people.
They'll arrest you in certain states like Kentucky, North Carolina. It's illegal to sleep in your car. So you're going to have to be somewhere where the culture allows you to exist. and you don't have any problems, and for me, it's here. I mean, I got my other places too, but I'm a creature of
Pretty
habit.
motherfucker from Jacksonville.
Consistency.
You guys like Fred Durst?
Persistence. Persistent. Food. What do I want? What do we want? Food. What do we need? Food.
One day B Drop will introduce me to Fred Durst. And we'll go to Jacksonville.
Alright, let's rock and roll. Y'all, my ABS light went off. So, yeah. I wonder what it was. I don't know. It went off though, so that's good. I thought it was my brakes. Can't do nothing about it. I want eggs, but getting a carton of eggs will be...
Fred Durst has done more for the music industry than I think most people are aware of, and he's a cool guy.
I'll end up wasting them. Even a half a carton, I'll end up wasting. I'll probably only eat 2 eggs. So 4 out of 6 will be wasted. There's no way to save them. You can't bowl them now and then eat them for lunch either. You get sick like that. Glasses are filthy. I wish I had a wipey white.
Paul's the new Alan. You guys remember Alan? Yo, isn't it crazy that there's someone named Alan Gray? I guess, like, I don't know. Maybe it's a common name, but to me, that's just, like, hilarious.
I had a therapy appointment this afternoon. So we were supposed to be working on my mom's death from 2007, and then they said that they wanted to stop because I'm getting tested again for autism. And she also said that I had too many...
I think I have the hard copy of at least one of the police reports. We can pull it. I was gonna say we could do like a stream that's just looking at the police reports, and then there was another stream looking at something else. I can't remember because I woke up recently.
External factors preventing the progress because of my current circumstances, being homeless, living out of a car, the stress of having to live like this. It's just like she wanted to talk about.
The fuck is this guy talking about? There's a new variant of COVID that makes people into zombies. I'm reading Brooke's chat YouTube. I'm not spreading conspiracy theories. I don't agree with this. I'm ex-military. I have seen this. We should ask fucking Big Ben about this. He's in the Space Force. I mean, is there space zombies too?
Everything that I've been through in the past year with the channel. So she knew that I started a channel because I told her when I first started it, because I had the therapist way before I had the channel. And actually, I was with a man named Greg, who was great. I was with Greg for like 5 or 6 years, and then he retired, and I got a new one. And she knew that I had a channel.
Well, you did in a pretty condescending way, Paul. I don't know. One of the rules is you don't fight with my chat. You can fight with me, but you can't fight with my chat, or I'll kick you out of here.
But I'd never explained to her everything. And I mentioned it a few weeks back, and then I told her what it was, and then she went and looked at it, and that's when she called me and said, listen, we're gonna change your treatment plan, blah, 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 blah. She said, I did not know you had all of this going on. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but after seeing my channel, she said she wanted to get me retested for autism. And I was just tested for autism 6 months ago, not even 3 months ago, not too long ago. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I don't feel like I have anything to say. Like, I feel like if she wants to know something, she can find it out from my channel. But, like, I don't know what she wants me to say today. What do you want me to say, lady? I've already processed all the bullshit that I've been through in the past year. And I threw it in the trash. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's what we need to be talking about. But whatever you feel is best, lady. You're the one with the damn license, not me. So, whatever. I really don't know what I'm supposed to say today, though. And it's kind of... What do you want me? I mean, I hope she's got some questions. The questions will lead me into what she wants me to talk about. But, like, I don't know. I hope she ain't expecting me to, like, be like, oh my God, this is what I've been through. No. I'm not even that type of person. I'm only that type of person in the context to help other people. I'm just so fucking misunderstood. It's okay.
I can't, one person. Just show me one person Brooke has helped.
It is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. She's pretty spunky for me. She has Valley Girl. Oh my god. You know, I've talked about this before. Stephanie. Like, to say your
That's Brooke's real voice.
own name like that. Hi, I'm Stephanie. Okay, girl. And what valley do you hail from? Silicone? Oh man, she's funny. She's cute. She's young. She's super young. But funny. She said that she had a pretty normal upbringing. I think that her normal upbringing, like, she can help people in my specific situation because she's able to better guide me into what is normal and what is not. Because
Talked to her baby daddy named Paul Engel, and he told me Christians don't leave syringes in their kids' toys. There's no lady. Oh, there's so much evil in this lady. Okay, I didn't know that her ex was Paul Engel, and he was talking to Lisa BB over here. Maybe he'll talk to Steve. Thanks, Lisa. That's a good comment. I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about, the fucking zombie apocalypse over here.
she had a healthy, normal, stable upbringing, and I did not. And so somebody from that background that experienced stability, a loving home, attention, guidance, all of the things that children need, you know, I feel like they have a better baseline for how to help people. But also, and then there's the flip side of that, people in my situation that have a better understanding of what it's like to be on the other side of the fence in the foster care system, the Department of Corrections, and mental health facilities as a juvenile, as a child. You know, this shit started when I was like 4. So, I think people like that could absolutely help other people too. But sometimes I can tell she grew up pretty privileged.
I also swear that the leaderboard is like broken. What the fuck is happening to it?
Sometimes she'll say something off the wall that's not something I'm familiar with. That's not a bad thing though. She means well. She seems like she really cares. And I like working with her. I have better days when I know I'm going to talk to her. Yeah, see, like, if I said where I went to therapy or my therapist's name, then my therapist would get emails, calls to her office. She would get harassed for me being a patient with her. That's the type of shit that's been going on for 2 years.
So you're smart enough to not make your therapist public, but you thought it was a good idea to make your job public.
I've had people call the cops and say that I was going to kill myself. The cops show up to the...
Yeah, we watched that too. Dude, was she just watching my stream yesterday? She's just referencing everything we watched yesterday.
Gym in Charleston, South Carolina. And they're like, hey, we got a call. And it's like, dude...
The wellness check.
First of all, when you ran my tags, you knew immediately I have a channel. There's got to be a note in there. I'm not stupid. I know how fucking shit works. You can gaslight the sheep, but when you run my tags, I'm almost 100% sure. Not only can you see my criminal record, but there's officers that have left notes.
And then she spun it around to some kid who was like, he was filming my vagina in the air.
There's files attached, you guys. And this shit goes back. You can see where these cops had interactions with every single civilian and what went down in those interactions. So the cop comes up, he's like, oh, somebody called and said you were going to kill yourself. And I'm like, dude, that is gaslighting from the internet. Please don't listen to stupid people.
It's because she said she wanted to jump off a bridge, so people got worried and did that. So, like, that's not gaslighting. You said you wanted to jump off a bridge.
Blah, 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 blah. And then, oh, what about the time I was in Planet Fitness and I was working out in Planet Fitness and somebody was calling Planet Fitness looking for me. Do y'all remember that? That's on camera too. I'm trying to clean my glasses with my blanket. I can't see.
John Large. Shout out to John Large.
My insurance
He was just Brooke and I don't know. I just a weird alias. Weird alias.
Company has been bombarded with emails and videos and, you know, my car company, same thing. It's crazy because things like that could really affect somebody's life, and it has affected my life. I went to jail for shit I didn't do, had to pay bond money to get out, fight for 3 months to clear my name when I was a victim of a crime. Imagine getting punched in the face And then the person that punched you in the face calls the police and says that you punched them in the face. The cops show up and arrest you without even asking you if you did. And you spend a week in jail, lose everything almost, like financially, have to spend what $200-$300 you had, coming up with $2,500 so that you can get out on bond. You're already freaking homeless. And you were the one that was a victim of crime. I'm just glad it's all recorded, you know? I'm glad it's all recorded. Which that don't fucking help, because like I always say, no amount of evidence will convince a fool. And if somebody already doesn't like me because then, you know, they're not happy with themselves, then that whole situation got turned around on me. 250,000 people saw that video and saw that that manager lied, and that she spit on me, and that she was trying to instigate the situation by antagonizing me, following me around the gym. And it was actually 2 different employees that were following me around the gym, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And somehow that gets turned around on me because I'm a pretty girl. Well, at least I got the charges dismissed. It cost me my channel and probably $5,000-$6,000 between the gas, the bond, and all of the ins and outs. Yeah, it cost me quite a bit. My channel never recovered after that. I've never made half of the check that I was making prior to the incident. There's a chart of this on my analytics. There's a chart of this. You can see in October it drops right off. It took a nosedive when I went to jail for crimes I didn't commit. All of this is recorded. This is mainly why I record everything, because I'm sick of the gaslighting. I'm sick of the lies. I'm sick of the devil. We're about to roll up in my least favorite place on earth.
What happened to your Twitter account, Paul?
It's sad when Starbucks eggs are cheaper than buying eggs. It's crazy. Yes. Can I do your egg white roasted red pepper egg bites?
Yes.
And that'll be it.
$5.86.
Thank you. So I've already had to write one review on this place, and for some reason after I wrote that review, people got mighty respectful. Interesting. I think most of us can agree that most fucking baristas are fucking psychos, so it's no surprise
Wait, what? That's a pretty bold statement. Why are most baristas psychos?
that I had problem in Starbucks, right? Okay. Lord. Oh, it's so funny. I walked into the damn Wawa yesterday to get eggs, and the manager was in there making
Oh, why did you delete your Twitter?
breakfast or whatever. He made my egg bowl, and I noticed that there was coffee, and there was a lady, an old lady that was in there the morning that I lost my shit over the coffee. And I walked up to the counter to pay for my stuff, and I slammed the coffee down. She's like staring at me. Like, I mean, imagine going to a tire shop. You call. You say, hey, you got my tires for my truck? And you go to the tire shop, and they're like, oh, we don't have your tires. Sorry about coming over here. Or they don't even apologize. A gas station is for gas, cigarettes, bathroom, coffee, specifically first thing in the morning. Prime time is going to be between 5 a.m. and 12 p.m. I've never been a barista, but somehow I fucking know that. So my point is I walk up in there and there ain't no coffee. It's 9:15 in the morning, and every single coffee pot is dry. And this is at the same time that I'm looking for work.
Yeah, she like almost ran up on them and like wanted to bitch him out, but then she bailed. She was she took like all the half-empty cups and like tried to make it into one cup, and it still wasn't enough. And then she was like, "I'm gonna go yell at them." And then I think she realized she might go to jail, so she like just went in and went out, huff and puffed and bitched at us. Morning, Raisin.
I can't find a job, but yet I go to a gas station that's supposed to be serving coffee, Wawa, huge coffee selection, and there's no coffee at 9 o'clock in the morning. And people wonder why I lose my mind. I'm not the problem. No. That gas station was the problem. They have a job to do and they were lacking. People don't want to hear it because they're lazy fucks. Well, if you don't want to work your job, Karen, give it to me. Give it to me. I'll do a better job at it anyways.
Well, Paul doesn't want to answer me, so he's getting banned.
100%. No questions about it. Like, they act like it's rocket science. It's coffee, bruh. Sad part is women, people, have gotten to the point they don't even know how to wipe their own asses. They don't know how to boil water. They don't know how to drive. They don't know how to read. I mean, but somehow they find fucking jobs and they fuck it all up when they're in there. These high-ass prices. Is it too much to ask? Are my standards too high that I want hot coffee at 9 a.m. when I run into damn Wawa? Everything gets turned around on me. And what it is people don't want to hear it because they're the same motherfuckers that would do the same shit. And they know it. That's why they hate me. They take it as a personal attack because they're lazy fucks as well. Oh, God. And if the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. But a lot of these motherfuckers come to my channel walking around in these shoes by choice. They choose to put them shoes on. Take it personal. If it don't apply, let it fly. I'm wondering if I want sriracha.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good, fine, thank you. I like
Oh.
your eye.
Oh, no. Oh, shit. It's fine.
What happened?
No, I messed up. I can't see. Thank
Oh, it's
you.
okay.
Did it go through? There we go. Sorry.
Here you go.
Thank you. Have a great one. I thought that I had hit the wrong button. I thought that I had hit $6 tip. Shit. Ugh. I thought I'd hit a $3 tip or a $6 tip. I said, shit. I hit $1. Girl, I'm broke. And y'all over here, I can't see. Y'all got this damn, see? Y'all know the sun's coming up right there. Y'all build a damn drive-thru right in the damn sun. So damn, you can scam some people through tipping. Why they flipped over? Egg bites. God, what got into me? Sneeze and I want tiger sauce.
Tiger sauce? Is that what the hot sauce is she uses?
Tiger sauce.
I've never seen this one. What the fuck? I don't know what tiger sauce is.
When I was like, I don't know. I guess those videos and stuff that I was filming.
It's an exotic, moderately spicy blend of ingredients in cayenne base. I mean, this is hot sauce.
I just like see like little
Maybe it was like a sweet and sour sauce or some shit.
baby Brooke by herself in this house while my parents are beating the hell out of each other, drinking and doing God knows what else for the first 2 years. I mean, I was ignored. I was ignored.
But you wouldn't remember the first 2 years of your life.
There's not enough time to like really break stuff down with the way that YouTube has stuff set up, and you can't even post stuff. Hot.
The hot sauce is hot, you don't say.
cooking can be more expensive than eating out nowadays and vice versa.
No. Cooking's never going to be more expensive than eating out. What are you talking about? Like, that's just, no?
This was the cheaper option than going and wasting half a carton of eggs. It would have cost me, the closest grocery store is 20 minutes away. It would have cost me $10 to $15 in gas just to get over there and get back, plus the cost of the eggs, which would have been around $20. It's cheaper to pay $5 and pay $4 in gas or $5 in gas to get here. So this cost me $10.
We can't, like, just buy stuff when we're near a grocery store. Like, I'm sure she drives past many grocery stores in her travels, right? You can't just, like, stop at one of those. No, we have to, like, specifically go out of our way to another grocery store and then buy too many eggs and waste most of them. All right, whatever.
The alternative would have been to cook eggs, which would have cost me butane and more gas, which probably would have, and the eggs, which would have been around a $20 bill. Do you get it? You starting to get it? Do I need to do this every time I eat? Because I will. I can break it all down. I really thought people were smarter. I'm really starting to see that people are actually dumb as fuck, and that I really have to, like, get on here every morning and say the same.
For no reason. I'm criticizing for no reason. It's not like Heather's ever, Brooke, Heather, whoever you want to call her, has ever done anything bad in her life.
Same shit over.
Lies about it on a regular basis.
And also, break everything down little bit by little bit. You have to be very... I thought they said cell phones was going to make them smarter. I don't know about that, boss. I think cell phones are the problem. God, these are so good.
I own 3 of them.
Oh, and did I mention
Brooke.
that the closest grocery store is one of the most expensive ones? Publix. I don't know who shops there. Not smart people. I'll stand on that till I die. It is irresponsible. I don't care how much money you have to be paying double or triple for an item just so you can say you shop at Publix. And then they wonder why they're financing their lifestyles on fucking credit cards. But me with no debt, living out of a car, has it worse off.
Do you have the car's debt?
You know what I mean? Y'all, that tiger sauce is spicy. Damn, I could have ate 2 of those. I needed that. Now I need to make a phone call. I know that this is going to be a process to end this gym membership because I've already looked at the reviews and I'm already aware of the games that this gym plays.
Oh shit, do we get to hear her call and try to cancel something? I love when she calls places.
This gym, you have to see a general manager in order to end your gym membership. For those that are just jumping in, I got a new gym membership because that's the way that I shower. Living out of a car, you'll have to have a gym membership. Truck stops are too expensive.
I mean, it was a pain in the ass canceling my gym membership. You're like, why? Don't go. It's like, I don't need to be here.
If it's $20 a day, a gym membership will run you $30 to $40 a day. Okay. Got a gym membership because I needed to shower. Woke up this morning and they had stolen money out of my bank account. It's called a service fee. Well,
What was the service fee for?
ironically, I'd already read reviews that they steal this way, that other members of the gym had wrote reviews stating that they had money drafted out of their bank accounts unbeknownst to them. Y'all, sorry. So they did the same thing to me. Well, in the process of learning about this gym and reading all of their reviews and all of their shortcomings and downfalls,
Is she back at Planet Fitness?
I also read that it's
Like, just a different Planet Fitness? I thought she was banned from all Planet Fitnesses.
extremely hard to get in touch with the manager so that you can end these services. So I already know going in that this is going to be a pain in the ass to do, okay? So I'm mentally prepared to deal with the lies and bullshit of
It can't be Planet Fitness, right?
this gym trying to blow me off, not allowing me to shut this gym membership down. I'm already going into this knowing what the game is, okay? If customers are so disgruntled to come to the comment, like to a review section and air out their grievances, something clearly happened. People don't just go around doing stuff like that unless they're trolls on the internet. But you get what I'm saying. And there's so many.
I wish I knew the gym just so I could look up what the service fee was. But if you got, like, I know I used to work retention, so yeah, there's people hired specifically to make it difficult for you to cancel services. So if you ever need to, like, cancel your phone, internet, or TV, a really quick way to just bypass all that shit is tell them you're moving out of the country. I'm not going to be in America anymore. I'm not going to be in Canada anymore. I'm going to Asia. they can't upsell you any products if you're out of the country. So then they'll just cancel your account. No questions asked. Tell them you're moving out of the country. Don't tell them about competitors unless you're just trying to get your bill down, because they'll waste like an hour on the phone with you trying to make shit work unless you just tell them, I'm moving out of the country. And that is like the flag to give up for a retention agent.
Disgruntled, upset ex customers of this place. I see why now. When I end my contract, I'll definitely tell you guys who it is. So I'm gonna call and ask when a manager is gonna be in today. You know?
Crunched? Oh yeah, because she's got the tanning beds going on too.
Yes, ma'am. I'm currently a gym membership holder with you guys, and I'm moving and I need to shut my membership down.
I'm so excited right now.
I was wondering how I could do that.
It's about to get loud.
Do what?
Do you want to cancel your membership?
I do.
Uh-oh. All right, they have an accent. It's going to get bad.
Okay, so that means you can do it online on lafitness.com, or if
LA Fitness, okay.
you can stop by any location from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, so the managers can assist you with their cancellation.
And y'all have a manager there right now?
I don't know. It doesn't sound like she's there.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Well, it's LA Fitness, and they're disgusting, by the way. Let's go. A lot of old people. It's not really a gym for people that, younger people. A lot of old people in there, which is fine. But
That went way smoother than I thought I was expecting to go, to be honest. But she didn't get it canceled. We still got to go talk to a real person now.
I've already explained what I went through, so. Once I cancel this membership, I'm going to let them know that I canceled it because they stole money out of my bank account. She says, oh, it'll be $40, $50 a month. That was a lie. I'll take my money elsewhere. I refuse to support this nonsense. The reason that these things have gotten so bad is because nobody puts their fucking foot down. I feel so alone out here fighting the fucking whole world all the time. People say that they want good to take place, but they allow evil to take over. And they just sit by idly.
I'm not seeing anything but a service fee, but apparently there's like an initiation fee, a monthly fee, and an annual fee. And they're all separate, which is kind of really weird. But I'm not seeing anything online for like a service fee from Planet Fitness that would be separate from whatever like the charge is. Does she use something in the gym that costs her money or something? I don't know. I guess we'll find out when she gets there.
Allowing the world to just fall into a cesspool of bullshit. I talked to somebody the other day that had money drafted out of their account, and they were trying to get in touch with the bank to get this money back, and the bank was blowing them off. I said, now you see what I've been talking about for 10 years. Now you see it's coming full circle. It's coming full. Wait till they start taking houses. Like, oh God, there's so much
Can't pay your gym membership, we're going to take your house.
illegal shit going on in this country. It's unbelievable. There's more illegal shit going on than legal. That's for damn sure. And at some point, I'll have to call Allie back and deal with them again. I literally get to the point on the phone with them that I cannot take no
Ally Financial.
more. It's so ridiculously stupid. The lack of customer service, professionalism, the fact that I can't understand these people, the fact that these people are bold-faced lying. It's too much at times. I have to get off the phone and hang up because it's just so preposterous. I sit here and asked him, do you want me to relinquish the vehicle? And he's still asking for money. I mean, you cannot make this shit up. Here I am, trying to be the adult in this situation, have been for 2 years, while I get dicked around by a car company that's stealing money from me.
I mean, you signed a contract, right? I don't think you can just, like, give up the truck.
Those deferments are just money that they get to keep. That money does not go towards the cost of the car. And so, if the paperwork was kicked out, why didn't you notify me? And the lady said last week that it was a clerical error, so I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't really care. I just know that it's illegal as shit the way that they twist things around on people and the way that they do things. And it's an attempt to get money, and they're not getting it. I don't have it. I have exactly $700, which is my truck payment. I don't have it. If they would have been singing a
Well, I guess you do have it, but you don't want to give it to them.
different tune, they would have got it. Now I need it to live on, so I don't know what to tell them. I don't know what to do. Can't do nothing about it.
Something simple to have her back.
Can't do nothing about it.
If not, Uncle Randy, I don't think is gonna want his credit hit, so he'll probably just pay it. Like,
Oh, I feel like I got red peppers in my teeth. I just brush them too. Damn it.
I'm an independent damsel in distress, y'all.
Come on.
That's right, Ethan. She always comes up with the money for the truck. Come on, Brooke. Let's get to the thing. Let's get to the place. Drive faster. 2 times speed. Just driving in silence. Well, this is a nice calm before the storm.
Yeah, my cruise control wouldn't work when that ABS system was on last night. Now it's working. I woke up and cut the truck on and the system was off. So maybe it was, I don't know, a tire malfunction. Maybe the pressure. I don't know. Don't know. I mean, the tire pressure looks perfect now. I can't believe they got 41s across the board on all 4 tires. That's crazy. They definitely know what they're doing, but like that freaked me out. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. The way that these scammers are out here nowadays, you take your car to a fucking shop and they break something intentionally, so you have to bring it back a fucking week later and spend some more money. The scams are, there's no end to the fucking scamming. No end to the scamming. You think I'm joking? You think I'm joking? Go Google the closest auto parts or the closest mechanic shop near you and read the fucking reviews. Everything has turned into a scam. I don't put nothing past nobody. And quite the opposite. I go into every endeavor expecting the person that I'm in front of me to be the most evil person known to mankind. Potentially the Antichrist, because, you know, time and time again, history has a way of
You just put everyone's the Antichrist?
repeating itself.
Potentially?
And the people that I come in contact with are horrible. So I go into every endeavor just knowing that more than likely, statistically speaking, the person standing in front of me is a piece of shit.
Alright, we're caught up
See,
to the
that's why
live
they don't
log.
like me, because I'm honest. People don't want to hear that. The majority of civilization are shitty people. I don't make the rules. Look around. Please, wake up. I don't make the rules. I just collect the data
I don't make the rules, I just break them.
and learn about statistics and statistics. Fun with Dick and Jane statistics. But I'm being for real. I'm being so for real. That's the safest way. That is the best way to keep yourself safe. Every person you come in contact with, it is a new person. Treat them as a threat situation until you can prove that they are not a threat. And most of the time they will be. It's unfortunate. And unless you're a threat, you shouldn't take offense to that.
Yeah, Lisa in her chat is the OG today.
I wonder what all they gonna want to damn in this account. First of all, they're never open. They were supposed to be open more than what they are. I've pulled up over here on a Sunday morning at 8 a.m., 8:30 actually, and I had to pee so bad. There was no other restroom, and the gym wasn't open when they were supposed to be open. They also close early. They don't prioritize their customers. Their equipment is shit. It smells like ass in there. It smells like rotten homeless encampment, just like the gym. It has the same, I mean, just like the laundromat. It has that same smell that I'm always talking about in the Jacksonville area. It has that same smell in the gym. And I think that it's from the swimming pool. Once again, anywhere that there's water, this smell just multiplies. Anywhere there's water, laundromat, swimming pools, gyms, in the shower area, saunas, anywhere that there's water, it smells like a fucking homeless encampment.
Is that true? Does Florida water just smell bad?
I'm no rocket scientist, but I would assume that it's probably from the water if the smell is so strong around the water. It's disgusting. Not to mention the old bats that go up in there. I've had 2 interactions in less than 2 months. I was on the treadmill when I first started my gym membership. I was on the treadmill, and I told you guys about this. I was on the treadmill minding my business, and some Karen comes up and starts stomping the treadmill beside me. And she's like, look, I can see out of my peripheral, she's like jerking her head to look at me and like making this evil face. And I'm like, oh God. I'm like, this woman recognized me from YouTube. Jesus Christ. So she gets off the treadmill and she stomps around behind me. And then she stops behind me. And then she takes off stomping away like a toddler. And I haven't been back to work out.
Google says that some of Florida's water does smell has sulfur in it because there's a lot of limestone apparently in there. And that's that. I don't know. That's what I found.
In that gym since then, because it puts me in a bad situation. See, if Karen gets a wild hair up her ass and decides to hit me and I defend myself, well, guess who's going to jail?
Bobby? Brooke?
That's the world we live in. That's the reality of society. Because I'm a felon, because almost 20 years ago I got in a fist fight and stabbed 2 girls. Because of that, they would lock me up.
Why does she keep calling it a fist fight if she like used brass knuckles and stabbed him? Like that, you assaulted them with deadly weapons.
Pending an investigation. They would then pull the security tapes and then they might let me out of jail. But I would lose everything. I would lose my car. I would lose all of my personal effects. I don't have family. I have no one. Everybody's dead. Everybody is dead. They have been since like 07. So I don't have mommy and daddy to call and say, hey, can you get my car? Can you get my property? Like, people don't understand because they have resources and families, how stressful this is. They can't conceptualize it. And I understand that. And that's why I talk about it daily.
I think there's a lot of people out there who are like living on their own means. Like, why does she assume everybody has parents that they lean on?
Nobody is going to bully me. Nobody is going to treat me like shit.
Like, when you're Brooke's age, you should be looking after your parents.
They might do it to other homeless people, but I'm going to be out here fighting for those homeless people that get kicked down constantly by fucking society. And most of these people, it's of no fault of their own that they're even in this situation. Sure, you have a whole subcategory of people that drink and do drugs, but recent stats show that the majority of homeless people simply cannot afford rent. That's a stat from last year, 2024.
What?
They did a
Homeless people can't afford friends?
survey, they got a census, and that data showed that the majority of people who are homeless, living on the street, and or in a vehicle, the majority of those people simply cannot afford rent.
Oh, rent. I thought she said friends. I was like, what kind of study is this? Hey, homeless person, do you have any friends? No. Wow, that's so sad. I was going to be like, what taxpayer money paid for that fucking survey?
The majority. So that's like over 50%, homie. Sure, there's probably another
Of course they can't afford rent. Why would they just be homeless for the fun of it?
category of people who choose to live out here, who don't want to contribute to society, who don't want to try, who don't want to get education, who don't want to work, who want to be living in self-pity, drugs, and alcohol. But that's only a portion. That's only a portion.
You have any friends?
Yeah, I'm not dealing with that bullying shit. I actually love it. It just proves my point even more. Like, where was the lie, though? Like, I'm such a bad guy. I'm such a liar. I'm
Imagine being homeless. Like, hey, can you afford rent? It's like, if I could, do you think I would be out here?
such a thief. I'm such a crook. I'm such a cheater.
I guess if you ask Tony Michael Johnson, he'd be like, yeah, but I just spent my money on stupid shit.
Oh, God. I don't care. If I got to spend the next 40, 50 years dedicated, I'm committed, honey. I'm committed. Come on, y'all. It's 45. They're all old and dying, Brooke. They can't help it. I mean, sometimes, though, I just, like, don't know how other people are handling it. Everybody looks like they just all sheepish and shit. You even notice we're going 25 miles under the speed limit? You're okay with this? Jeez Louise. God almighty. Please get off the road. You should see how fast I'm passing the other 2 lanes. Something I've noticed is that people really have their heads up their asses here. They're not paying attention at all. You pass cars and people are on the phone flipping through screenshots.
I guess Cam is her son's name?
And shit, like YouTube shorts. It's really crazy.
Cam Clark? Was I mean, Cameron Clark? But with a Cam Clark.
A lot of old people. I'm not a speeder. I just want to go speed limit. I just want to go to speed. Can we not go to speed? Please take us to the speed. Take it to the limit one more time. For real. Please take it to the limit. The speed limit. And if you can't, please stay off the road. And if you need me to come buy your groceries, I will. I'll go get your groceries from the store, so you don't have to go out. I used to do that for my mama. She lived to her like late 90s, mid 90s. She was great. My papa too, but he died when he was like 89. They were together for like 60 years, since the 1920s. That's when they were born. And she might have been born before that, because I feel like she told me she was born during the Depression, which would have been like what, 1930s, the Great Depression. Anyways, they was old and happily married. However, after Papa died, Mama told me some tea. She said my Papa had a mistress on the other side of town. I said, Mama, what? First of all, it still shocks me. That's not the man I knew, but I'm not surprised, because I know men. Better than most. Psychology. Basic shit. So.
She's a psychologist today. She's like referenced it a couple times now. I just know how people's psychology works, honey. That's why I can't get along with fucking anybody in life.
He apparently had some girlfriend that was on the other side of town that, y'all, I do think it's my brakes. Do y'all not hear that whistling? When I hit the brakes, it stops.
Oh, you're gonna need new brake pads.
My stress, I can't. Yeah, so he had a whole girlfriend on the other side of town that he would go over there and see, and I don't know, she didn't seem too hurt by it, which was the crazy, but my mama was a tough cookie. Where do you think I get it from? She didn't seem too hurt by it. She seemed like she was just trying to confide in me and tell me. And I'm glad that she told me. My mama was a real one. She was probably one of the few real ones in the family. My mama, Quakenbush, and my grandmother, Millie, both, they kept it real with me. If it was not for them keeping it real with me, I probably wouldn't have made it this far in life. It's only because they kept it real with me that I had like a semi-understanding of life once I was on my own. Because God knows my parents didn't teach me shit. But yeah, they kept it real. She always was telling me the secrets. The secrets, honey. All right, I'm about to walk up in this piece of shit and see if the manager's here that we just called. Oh God, did I get on my shirt?
I always think that's
we
for
just
Breeze.
Called, and they said that the manager is here, and then a manager has to be here in order for me to close down this gym membership. You know, them taking money out of my account when I'm literally living out of a car, and they lied to me. I asked her, I said, will any money be taken out of the account other than the gym membership? And she said no. She said no. So here we are 2 months later, and they took money, unbeknownst to me, out of my account for a service fee for equipment. I don't even use the fucking equipment. And why are you taking it out on me? And they probably do this to all the members. That's not my problem. There was, let me tell you.
Still not seeing this fucking service fee. There's probably going to be a cancellation fee.
This was 2 months ago when I started my membership. Someone said, operating a gym takes the least amount of intellectual ability than nearly any other business, yet their local management can't seem to grasp some of the basics around safety and hygiene. I told y'all it's nasty as fuck in there, right? How does this place How this place does not have dozens of lawsuits is beyond me. There isn't a sanitary area in this facility. If anyone gets injured, have your attorney reach out. I have plenty of documented safety risk from this and other local LA fitness clubs. Wow.
Just get in there. I want to see the fight. She has 5 phones now? I thought she had 3. Wait. 4?
Here's the review about canceling your membership. 2 weeks ago, this was posted. In order to cancel your membership, I was told you have to go to the gym during regular business hours and speak to the manager, which is obviously a scam. Dealing with the manager, Hugh, he has especially bad customer service experience. On top of all of that, this place does not provide good workout experience. It was always crowded. What did I
They just want to see if there's any way that they can keep you as a member.
tell you guys? It's so abnormally crowded that you have to wait 15 to 20 minutes to even access a piece of equipment. So you need 2 hours to come work out because you're going to spend a whole hour just waiting for equipment every 10 to 15 minutes. You
You don't use the equipment.
see what I'm saying? It's crazy. It smells so bad that it makes me want to gag. What did I fucking tell y'all? This was 2 weeks ago. Man.
What we call confirmation bias. Are we going to read the good reviews?
I need to do more stuff like this. What if we just we need to do more stuff like this, because I'm telling you, it's getting so bad out here. We pay these people to access that gym and to not get monkeypox, honey, or measles, or COVID, or herpes. I mean, the list goes on. These are the types of diseases that you can catch in facilities like that being nasty. It's nasty. It smells like shit in there. You walk through the front door and it smells like shit.
Dildo's getting called out.
I'm glad somebody mentioned that, because people call me crazy. I'm so glad that at least one person said that. 2 months ago, I fear this review will make no real difference, but geez, it's getting really frustrating how often equipment is broken. But why is the equipment broken? They just stole money out of my bank account last night to fix equipment. Great point. Right.
We need to get our equipment fixed quick. Just let's charge Brooke. She won't notice.
Raquel, Holiday, why is the equipment broken when they're stealing money out of our bank accounts while we're asleep? Because it's a service. That's what the money is for. That's what LA Fitness says the money is for. LA Fitness takes these service fees after you get your gym contract for $40, $50, and then they say, oh, well, the only thing that'll be coming out of your bank account is $40, $50. It wasn't even 2 months, homie. I ain't even had this gym membership.
Oh, here we got a homie. We got another homie today.
2 months.
There we go.
And they've already stole more money out of my account. Woke up and they took money out of my account. And it'll only get worse. God, the light. So he says the machines are broken. It takes months for them to fix one row machine. Oh, wait, it's not actually fixed because the foot straps are still screwed on backwards, so you can't actually tighten them. And the sketchy maintenance is laughable. Jesus. He goes on to say, he's talking about all of this workout equipment that is broken. He says that the floor looks like somebody's been chewing on it. He says the yoga
It's like catching up to live. I don't know why it does this recently. Usually
mats look like somebody's been chewing on them. Oh, he's funny. Aham said, my thoughts on LA Fitness. Unfortunately, the hygiene in the bathrooms is very poor. Cleaning is
Do you hate Hitler because you're jealous?
insufficient. There is no soap in the bathrooms. The shower curtains are old and missing in many places. The toilets are neglected and not hygienic, which makes them quite uncomfortable to use. The sauna area, the bottom of the chairs are dirty, and overall.
So this is like her getting ready, you know. She's memorizing all of these points. So when the person is like, hey, are you sure we can't do something to make you want to stay? She can be like, no, all of this, honey.
Lack of maintenance is noticeable. I believe the gym should pay more attention to these issues. The lack of hygiene and maintenance significantly affects the customer's experience in a negative way. For the money us customers are paying you, Jennifer Bradley said, you would think that the facility would be clean. I walked from one side of the pool to the steps and my feet were filthy. The pool needs to be cleaned. It's disgusting. Not to mention the jacuzzi has been down since I started and they didn't even clean it out before opening it back up. It's disgusting. I just had major surgery on my foot and needed the pull. And if I wasn't desperate to walk again, I definitely would not be paying for this membership. And not to
Lisa Baby says she used to take money out of her Cash App. I don't even know how that's possible.
mention how they charge me back to back for membership and annual membership fees. I am ending this contract today. They are not about to fucking pimp me out like this. I ain't got the money to even pay a $50 gym membership every month. And here you are, you done took $62 this month. And it was supposed to be $38 a month. How did we make it up past that?
See, this is where I disagree with Dildo, even though he's been pretty chill in this chat. You guys need to cut Brooke some slack. She's been through a lot. Lots of people have been through a lot. Lots of people don't fucking bitch about it every single day. You know what I mean? Like, people just get on with their lives. Like, I don't know. It's not an excuse to be a bad person.
If you plan to sign up to the kids club, don't even bother. So apparently you can like drop your kids off or something. I signed up with the club with high hopes of being able to work out while someone watched my baby of 6 months. The 2 days that I went to use the kids club, there was over 20 kids in the room and only one attendant. So this is what that guy was talking about when he was saying he didn't know how these people didn't have lawsuits against them. Okay, I'm starting to see. And each attendant lacked the patience and enthusiasm to watch children. To be honest, it takes a special kind of person to be patient and loving towards kids. And these two people were not. I will spare you the details of what I witnessed, but it was not loving. Besides that, the machines are very old and dated. The treadmill has an emergency shutoff system that is triggered by the slightest touches. So I kept pausing my workout, and it was very frustrating. I canceled my membership and asked for a refund, which I was denied. The refund for my first and last month, as well as the initiation fee, but they did refund the annual fee. So there's that. Trust me. Go there as a guest first and scope it out for yourself. Do not sign up and give your money to that club. And to be club that, to be honest, is lackluster. I feel the amenities in this location are what really people enjoy. They have a swimming
What's going on, Emily?
pool, racquetball courts. If that's your jam, then by all means enjoy. Somebody said they started making hot food at the smoothie shop, so the whole gym smells like sandwiches or bacon. Not ideal when trying to lift.
I thought it smelled like shit, though. Sandwiches and bacon smell... Sounds like that smells pretty good.
Oh my god, the men's shower is disgusting. The
You don't use
women's
a men's
showers
shower.
look the same. I mean, look at the used you can't see it. Used razors and mold in the floor and stuff. Oh, you see? Someone said that they helped get me fired. You guys see it? You see it? I'm glad I was able to assist in getting her fired.
Hey, hey, hey. I'm on vacation. Oh no, Lisa Baby got blocked.
Please donate to my channel so I can save my truck and find a fucking job. Machines constantly being broke and taking months to repair is insane. Cleanliness is poor, but the janitors kind of do the best that they can with what they're given. And I have noticed that the janitors are in there, but y'all, people have gotten to a place in society where they don't even know how to clean properly anymore. They don't know, they don't understand about cross-contamination, contamination.
What is this face? I don't know. Brooke gives me hope in the world. If there's this many people just dying to get Brooke's attention and throw money at her, even though she treats them like absolute shit, I think we'll be all right.
Because of a lack of common sense and intelligence in society, and these problems getting worse because of a lack of education,
Maybe I should just unblock everybody. See if anybody donates.
notice that things have gotten nasty, really nasty since COVID. It's so crazy that a pandemic would drive us into being even more disgusting. Everywhere I go, it's gross. Everywhere I go, it's gross. Why are y'all, like, some of y'all...
Thanks for the beans. You're up in my broadcast throwing me beans?
Pat Paulson super chatted $2. Thanks for covering this bish.
Thank you, Pat Paulson. I appreciate you.
really just... Look at this raggedy old workout equipment. They've had that equipment in there for damn 10, 15 years. That's old equipment. Super old.
Yeah, but just keep getting your ammo, Brooke. We can't cancel for our own experience. We got to get everybody else's experience under our belt, too. I'm representing the city of Jacksonville.
It's going downhill. All the equipment is cramped together. Several machines have been broken since last year. I'm looking for the review of the man that was robbed.
She knows too much that makes her unemployable. She's too smart.
Somebody said, this particular gym seems to attract some of the meanest clients in the planet who can't even properly explain their rudeness. Staff are weaker than they should be in their problem-solving abilities, enforce their rules to be fair to everyone, and can't really manage the front desk all the time on the weekends, which is bad. Not everyone has the proper knowledge on how to properly operate the front desk. They need to hire more staff on the weekends. I find it interesting that this person, John Moore, says that he's had to deal with some of the meanest customers that come into this gym. That was also my experience.
That's John Large's cousin, John Moore.
The manager has a habit of throwing away members' personal belongings without any prior notice or permission.
She banned vanilla, too? Oh, wait, I think vanilla was actually... Okay, no, I got vanilla mixed up with poison pudding. I was like, she banned a fucking supporter?
It is unacceptable and unprofessional to discard people's property without giving them a chance to retrieve their items. Needed to cancel a few weeks ago, but the manager was out to lunch and didn't put anybody else in her place to cover the cancellations. Cannot believe we still have to go in person. We have to get in-person permission before ending a month-to-month membership.
Later, she's gonna be like, it took so long to cancel. It's because you sat in the truck for God knows how long before you went in there.
Guys, be careful before you make a membership with this place. I've been a member since 2016 and everything was good. Since then, they sold to a corporation and everything changed. Interesting. They don't have something called like loyalty members. They want to kick me away or charge me double price of what I'm paying now. Eventually, I canceled my membership. So it sounds like they were trying, when they switched ownerships, he was disgruntled over that. And I can't.
The TMZ bus. I gotta make food quick. Brooke, you better not go in there.
Does every evil bitch named Jackie work at a gym? That is so funny. I want to mention that Jackie often throws away people's stuff and belongings without caring about them. So they just go through lockers and start throwing shit away. There's several reviews on this.
I mean, if it's abandoned, yeah.
There's also no Wi-Fi. Well, I'm going to go in here and end this gym membership. Y'all, I don't know what they want from me or what they'll need from me. I got both my cards in case. I don't know what I need a card for. Maybe they want to give me my money back. Maybe they'll give me my money back. I'm going to run. Have a good day, Joe Mama. Hello, Dexter. I'm about to run. I got to go up in this LA Fitness and try to end.
Really? Really? She's not going to show us?
Gym membership. They're packed and I called. She said there's they said that there was a manager here. Y'all heard that, right? All right, let's go. I love you guys, and we'll talk this afternoon. Y'all be safe. And we'll talk soon. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Is that her kid's name? Cameron Brown? That's not cool. All right. So she finally uploaded those videos that she said she was like, I've been trying to we're familiar with the videos that she's been having like the worst trying to upload. For whatever reason, she was able to upload them. I was hoping that she'd be like, I finally uploaded it because I went to the internet cafe or something. Actually, maybe she did say it. I was 20 minutes late this morning, but let's see what this is about. So, like, the two of them here, we got the start of the trauma, 1987, and then part 2, 1987. Which means she wasn't 18 when she got fucking arrested, like she keeps saying, because she was born in 1987. If she was arrested in, what, 2007, that would make her 20, not fucking 18. So let's see what this is about. This highly anticipated fucking videos, 2-parter.
Twist it around on. Hey y'all, we're gonna try 3 for 3 on this. I've done tried to film this several times, and every time I mess up, or it won't upload, or there's a problem.
Got real done up for this.
So I am somewhere where I can record, and I have a little bit of privacy. So I wanted to kind of like talk about.
And if she goes live again, let me know if I don't see it, because I'm sure she's gonna be fuming at whatever the result is at LA Fitness.
My upbringing. I guess I didn't realize until like I started thinking about everything that I hadn't really thought about it in a while. I guess when you're going through so many traumatic events so close together, the mind blocks it out. Like, you start to forget things. And I think that a lot of people in the Department of Social Services and mental health facilities, in my opinion, they hope when they are dealing with children that are in the system, foster care, like I was, bouncing from foster family to group home, back to my parents, back to the Department of Corrections. I feel like they knew this, and I feel like they were wanting our memories to be white. I feel like
Thanks
they
for
didn't want us
beans.
to
You're up at
remember
my
anything.
broadcast throwing me beans?
Pat
There was
Paulson
so
super
many
chatted
mental
$2.
health
She's
drugs
ready
that
to
I was
hit a
given when I was
disco
a
with Travolta.
Disco with Travolta. Thank you for the $2 again. Appreciate you.
kid.
I was just switching something over.
Dozens on dozens of different drugs. It seems like it would change like it could be weeks, every few weeks to every few months. A lot of the mental health medications that they had me on, they do not even give to children now, such as Depakote and bipolar medication. They had me on everything from stimulants such as Adderall, Ritalin, stuff like that, to SSRIs like Prozac, I do believe, Seroquel. I mean, just all of these uppers and downers, and they would use the uppers to wake me up from the downers, and then use the downers to put me down from the uppers. And it was a vicious cycle from probably 4 years old until I was 18. So I just want to start from the beginning. I just want to say,
Who would put a fucking 4-year-old on Seroquel or upper? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think. No, you definitely wouldn't be giving a fucking 4-year-old Seroquel.
that I don't have the means to pull medical records, nor do I know if certain medical records would even exist. I would like to get a clear timeline on my life story, and it's really sad that I can't remember it. And what hurts even more is to talk about these things and have my life twisted around on me because I can't remember. That's not my fault. You know whose fault it is? The Department of Social Services.
You can be prescribed Ritalin at 4 years old? What? Are you serious?
So my mom was a teen mother. She had a child at 16. My mother did not come from the best upbringing. Her name was...
Is this real? Some children can be seen as early as age 3. They're not giving 3-year-olds Ritalin, right?
McKay Ward. And my grandmother, Millie, who was my mother's mother, she was not well-to-do. She was never stable. She had a lot of mental health problems. She struggled. My mother grew up in foster care part-time as well. By the time my mom was 16, she had her first child, who she gave up for adoption, who was my older brother. Then she had...
Okay, no, it's right. Well, hold on. This might be Canada, because I'm in fucking Canada. In Canada, ADHD drugs aren't approved for the use of children under the age of 6. No, this is in Canada and the US. Okay, so no, she can't be prescribed Ritalin under the age of 6.
Me when she was 18. She met my father, Johnny Lee Clark, and they got married. Now, my mom never knew her biological father, but my grandmother, Millie, my mom's mom, had met this guy at work, and my mother was sleeping in a cardboard box at my
Okay, in 2011, ADHD guidelines add Ritalin as option for 4-year-olds. This was in 2011. That's fucking insane. Okay. So the world's pretty fucked.
grandmother's job. My grandmother worked at a textile mill, and my mom would go to work with my grandmother because my grandmother couldn't find anyone to watch my mom, and she would put her in a cardboard box with a blanket, and my mom would sleep there. Well, the supervisor found out, and the supervisor took to my grandmother, and they started dating. Well, my grandmother would physically beat him. They had a rocky relationship because of in my opinion, because of my grandmother's mental health problems. However, Pops would go on to help raise my mom even after him and my grandmother broke up. And his parents, I would grow up knowing as Mama and Papa, who were the Quakenbushes, and they were great people. My grandmother Millie, all of my grandparents were absolutely fabulous. Not to say that my mom and dad wasn't, but
Blocked 60 of your accounts.
I had a
That's funny. Lisa, the OG. I was grabbing food, but she said that her grandma dated the social service worker and that they were keeping a kid in the box or some shit.
I had a close relationship with all of my grandparents
Confusing her mom with a puppy.
on my mother and my father's side. My mama, Quakenbush, let my mother stay in a trailer out in the country, in a little town called Graham, North Carolina. It's actually near Snow Camp, North Carolina. I was born and raised in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and I grew up in Graham, North Carolina, which is like right down the road from Chapel Hill. My mama, once again, who was my great grandmother through my mom's kind of like adoptive dad, Pops. My mama had given my dad Johnny and my mom Kay this trailer to stay in. My dad was opening up a painting business, and it would actually take off around the time that I was probably 4 or 5, which is kind of crazy. He would go on to ruin all of that. We'll talk about that in a minute. So
Is it relevant to like your experience though?
they bring me home to this trailer after I'm born. My mom is 18. Johnny is approximately the same
Wonder what he painted.
age. I think he might have been 1 or 2 years older than my mom.
Yeah, I'm really trying to. She's going kind of all over the place, but I will try very hard to focus while I'm eating.
And their relationship was violent. My mom told me how he would drink and beat her and destroy the house. And I believe every word of it because I would see him beat my stepmother later in life while she was pregnant. So I believe everything my mother tells me, although I do believe that there was more to it than that. I do believe that, you know, they were probably drinking together. I think that there may have been some substance abuse going on early when I was first born.
But that's not an excuse to beat your wife. Just because you're on drugs doesn't give you a free pass to beat up people.
Specifically the first 2 years of my life. I think that it was an extremely toxic environment to the point that I spent a lot of time with family because my parents were busy fighting, arguing, and doing their thing. I'm going to be talking about RAD a lot in this, so I guess I should probably explain what RAD is. RAD is reactive attachment disorder, and we see this in children who are essentially ignored and do not have their basic needs met emotionally when it comes to bonding with the mother and the father. I've explained before that I have huge attachment issues.
I was gonna say she probably should have like gathered her ideas a little bit better. Like not it doesn't need to be scripted, but just pinpoints so she can stay on track. But I think she did do that because she's got the computer right here and she's looking at it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry that this is all. I don't know why I'm apologizing. Actually, I don't know why I was expecting anything different. Like this is Brooke. Of course, it's gonna be all over the place.
And it's my belief that I absolutely had reactive attachment disorder. And there's medical records that would back me on this that I do wish to share someday when I can afford to. All of the signs were there, all of the markers. I met the criteria. I will never for the
Can't fight with my chat. You especially can't fight with a fucking mod, you idiot.
life of me understand why things would go on to proceed the way that they did.
Yeah, it's all my fault.
If doctors and medical professionals are so smart and they have all of this education that they are supposed to use to help people,
I broke the dam.
why did my life go in the direction that it did? I was never properly diagnosed. I was used as a guinea pig for Chapel Hill specifically, but also other hospitals like Butner, which is also in North Carolina. And there's 2 or 3 other hospitals that I can't even remember. I don't know how I grew up seeing a therapist almost every week, seeing a doctor almost every week, getting tons of medication pumped into me, seeing a clinical, seeing a therapist, and nobody could figure out what was wrong with me. But they have all of this education and all of this experience, and they know it all. So, maternal deprivation comes from when a mother and father, specifically the mother, does not bond with the child. This causes extreme psychological issues in the child. I cannot express extreme
How is this sped up? I was about to speed it up, and I'm like, it's already sped up.
enough. They will try to kill their siblings. They will try to burn the house down with their parents inside. They'll try to harm themselves. They will verbally tell you that they want to do these things. Y'all, I'm trying not to cry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna. I just don't feel like anyone was there to help me at all. At all.
But like, except child services and all the doctors who were trying to see what was wrong with you. Even though I don't agree with medicating a child at such a young fucking age, it sounds like there was a lot of people trying to help. I'm sorry it didn't work out the way. I mean, obviously it didn't work out the way anyone planned, because look at her now. I don't think any of the doctors were like, you know what? If everything goes according to plan, she'll be homeless living out of a truck in her 30s. You know what I mean? Like, I think they were probably trying to put you in a better path.
And I don't understand how all of these professionals could have this is basic information. I don't understand how they could have this basic information and allow what happened to me happen to any child. But I wasn't the only one. There was hundreds of children.
Randy told her on the phone that she tried to burn his house down multiple times, and he still lets her stay there. Do you know where that obviously that was on a stream or something. Do you know the video title to that or anything? I'd love to hear that. I've never heard Uncle Randy's voice. I just realized there's a big ass knife right here. Jesus Christ. Okay, anyways.
Children that I met over the years, if not thousands, in my exact situation. Give me just a second.
That's not a cooking knife.
So my dad's painting company, by the time I was 2 years old, my dad's painting company was starting to take off, and my mother had gotten pregnant with her second child.
Oh, you called him on Facebook. Okay.
And at this point, the relationship was completely breaking down.
I was trying to reach out to Kayla Davis, her ex-roommate. I don't think they got back to me.
I do know that I was spending most of my time at my mama's and my grandmother's house. Me and my mom had never bonded. We never had a relationship. We were never close. We could never talk to each other. I don't know if it was because of her upbringing,
But it's, even before she died, it felt like she was just a ghost. Like, she was there, but just a layer. Like, even before she died, it was like she was never there. I would like to think that it's just stress or raising children. I don't know. I think it was more than that. My mom had a hard life, and I think she held it in, and I think she went through things, and I think she was shamed for things that wasn't even her fault. So I think she internalized everything and become a shell of a person. She, like, I don't know.
Spoke to the baby daddy as well and told you a bunch of stuff about what she did to her daughter. I'm assuming that's her daughter, Vivi.
She just always felt so broken. So my mom decides, by the time that one of my siblings is born, my baby brother, she decides that she's gonna break up with my dad.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you ask your kidnapper for help to get home? She calls him her abuser as well. He's also the co-signer on the truck, right? Like, fucking, this really sounds like a bad guy, huh?
He ended up beating her and getting assault on a female charges. He tore the door off of a Camaro. I didn't even know that's possible. He absolutely, like, just wrecked the family with his drinking. He would just drink every single day, from sun up to sundown. And, you know, he would serve time in prison for harming me when I was 6 years old.
Oh, the Snark channel I showed you yesterday has a video about her daughter and has screenshots from the dad too. Okay, it must have been one of the shorts. I only showed the 2 videos. I like that channel. I'll link it in chat here. I'll get it pulled up.
And as much as I would like to hate him, he was a product of his environment. His dad, Lonnie Clark, who would go on to take his own life. My grandpa, he shot himself because of drinking. He was an alcoholic too. All he ever did was drink. He lost his wife, my grandmother. So my dad, Johnny, his parents, Lonnie and Gloria Clark, split up. And I spent so much time at their house too. That was my dad's grandparent, like my dad's family's grandparents. That side, my dad's side of the family's grandparents. And he would shoot and kill himself when I was 6. It's not even my dad's fault that he was an alcoholic. It was like almost like fate because of his upbringing, because of his environment. And if you have the gene, you know.
Okay, so I'm just gonna actually I could probably do this. I'll just do picture in picture, and that'll probably be a way to look at this. So this is a text message from that channel. Let me can I copy this? Put the link? Hold up. No, that does not work. Hold on. Yeah. Open link in new tab. And then yeah, there we go. Jesus, jumping. Yeah. It's it's a good channel. So that's what this is from. So this is I don't know who this is. I guess we'll find out once we get into it. She left her daughter with some random guy. She later said it was her boyfriend who took her daughter to the ER around 3 a.m. with the ball story. They did x-rays, and in fact, her arm was broken, although it had been broken for 2 weeks. 2 fucking weeks at the time. So that's how they knew that the babysitter didn't break the arm. Obviously, I didn't know that it had been 2 fucking weeks. I thought it was like the same day or maybe the day after or something. Could you imagine having your arm broken for 2 weeks? Fuck. Oh my God. Okay. Obviously, CPS opens an investigation and found narcotics and used the syringes. I think they forgot a D. Hidden in the toys of my daughter's closet. Okay, so this is the dad. Our daughter also test positive for marijuana at 3 years old. When confronted with this information, Heather, who is also Brooke, whom you know as Brooke, okay, I should just keep reading, through one of her tantrums, stormed out, leaving her daughter behind, never to go pick her up, at which time she was placed into foster care. Wow. I was contacted about the possibility she could be mine. I'll look into it, and it had the DNA. What? I'll look into it. It had a DNA test done and found out that it was in fact mine, like your kid. At which time I got some of my family involved, whom essentially gained full custody of Vivian. Well, thank God. What else we got here? And this is a court document from everything. So, a felony, abuse, serious injury, neglect, child abuse, serious injury, misdemeanor, child abuse. Warrant for arrest issued. I'm assuming she took a plea deal because she didn't serve any time for this. That's her name down here. Misdemeanor, child abuse. Guilty, Alford. So, yeah, I think someone actually commented this on the stream yesterday. I forgot to look up what an Alford plea was, because Brooke described it as like you're pleading guilty even though you know that the state doesn't have enough evidence against you. It's actually the opposite. You plead guilty because you know that the state has enough evidence to prove you guilty without you pleading. So that is probably why. Okay. Felony, child abuse, superior to officials without leave by DA, no plea agreement. This is no plea agreement. Interesting. What else we got? This is further documents here. This is kind of like a rundown of it. Possession of a drug, felony. This is like all of her shit. If you want to take screenshots, this is popping up here. Also, you go sub to that channel. You can watch this video yourself as well. Child abuse is a felony. A parent and or a person providing care or supervision to a child less than the age of 16 years old, who intentionally inflicts any serious physical injury upon or to the child, or who intentionally commits an assault upon the child which results in any serious physical injury to the child, is guilty of a Class D felony. So this is her. This is her Facebook, John Large. I bring it up a lot. That's why I was like, John Moore. It's like John Large's cousin. He eats more so he can become John Large. Anyway, some ladies, possessive, not plural, need to stop having kids and learn to take care of the ones they already have. That's why, like, when I lost custody of my son, I just had another one. I see so many shitty moms out here nowadays. I'm one of them. John Large. Heather Brooke Clark. Hashtag having kids. Kids having kids. I'm sorry, but that's a public beaten? She spelled beaten like this? Sorry, but that's a public beating waiting to happen if it was my child. But my child will never act like that because I don't allow her to. A man doing that thing. Vivi Drew? Really? Really? Personally would like to not be able to help myself from spanking my child over actions that severe, but I know some people don't spank. I get that. I understand the possibility of a long-term effects of whooping, but this crap, I couldn't help but snap. What? What did your kid do? They had to whoop him. Pointing to me, the Drew's dad. So Drew, I guess, is the son that, wait, I thought the son was named Cameron. Whatever, it doesn't matter. She's commenting on this post, I guess. I don't know, I guess, should I read this post first? I know that it's been a while since I've reached out with any words for my Facebook friends, but there are many reasons behind that. But the main one is that the entire time I've been away, not a single one has reached out to me, even once. I even asked for phone numbers because sometimes when you're lonely, it means everything in the world just to have someone to talk to. I recall having 800 Facebook quote-unquote friends. I didn't get a single number. But I'm not blaming anyone for my situation. The position I'm in is no one's fault but my own. It really hurts. See, this is accountability. Something Brooke knows nothing about. It just really hurts to realize that that no one cares, but nobody even seems to comprehend what a friend is anymore. Loving someone or being a friend does not come with conditions. If you're only a friend when a friend is convenient for you, then you were never a friend to begin with. A real friend is going to be the one who is there for you when you don't have anything to offer and when you need them the most. Pay close attention to your circle. People's actions, not their words, will show their intentions. Trials, tribulations will surface your true friends. Turns out I didn't have a single one. Parentheses, sad. I think realizing that actually hurt more than when the judge sentenced me this to 9 years. And then she had a comment on this. Funny me that Drew's dad only cares about himself. He and his brother have close to life sentences in prison, and I've looked Brandon up. He is in prison still committing sexual acts and catching new charges. Somehow he managed to get a phone and posted this. Not once has him or his family tried to help me with my daughter. You mean you're like his daughter too? You lost custody of her as well. I've literally did it alone without any help of the state as well. The state had to step in. He will never change, and the fact that he got close to 15 years doesn't mean a thing. I met people and they say, oh, maybe time will change him. Let me remind you that he has been to prison almost a dozen times before this bid. This little bitty. He's one of those people that will say, I will never be able to rehabilitate. That's a joke. You have to want to be a better person. Meanwhile, he is still the type to blame all of his issues on somebody else. That sounds familiar. He doesn't know how to even take responsibilities. Reasonabilities. I don't even know what the fuck word she's trying to type. Reasonsabilities. Reasonsabilities. I think she means responsibility. Responsibility for his actions. He will never change and he will never be in my child's life. Funny because he ended up getting custody, no? Or his family at least did. Fucking crazy woman. This is him again. Hey, just wanted to let everyone know that I'm still alive. I haven't shared this with any of my friends because I wasn't sure until I seen the pictures that now I have a daughter. I hadn't known because I was gone 6 months before she was born. Now I know with 99.9% certainty that this beautiful child is in fact mine. I was also lucky enough to have her placed with a couple in my family that couldn't possibly be a better fit for her. However, I'm frustrated because the courts are still not willing to allow her to be introduced to me. They want a therapist to control the situation, which is going to take several months at best. Well, I mean, you got to put in the work though. If you were in prison when your kid was born, like, you gotta kind of show that you're going to be there for them and that you're a stable person who could parent the kid. I can't even put into words how badly I want to see her. I don't know how it's possible to miss someone so much that I've never met. Speaking of which, does anyone out there miss me? I don't ever get mail anymore. I know a lot of people are a fan of writing, but only I can call anyone I get 2 hours long. But not only can I call anyone, I get 2 hour long contact visits, and I can even arrange transportation if necessary. Who would like to see me or just talk to me? Inbox me your contact info. I'll be in touch. I'm miserably alone and I could really use a friend right now. I hate reading, bro. I hope this is the last fucking screenshot. Yo, Heather's spiraling. Yeah, then the fuck her channel description is pretty whack. So that there's supposed to the channel description. Paul says, I don't know what you want me to do. She won't even acknowledge me when I try to help her. She knows that I would burst the bubble of her little fantasy world she has created in her mind, and she can't handle the truth of who she really is and that she's become. An entire team of psychologists couldn't fix Heather. She is broken and no longer in reality. Yeah, I'd agree with that. All right, back to the video. Thank you for, I think Lisa, was it Lisa who directed me towards that? That was very insightful.
I just think
Yo, phones, how you doing?
that I think that alcohol or not, he still would have been a pervert. But I don't hate him. I don't think I ever did. I think I immediately knew from an early age that it wasn't even my fault. Like, you know, and not a lot of victims go there, ever. I immediately knew it was not my fault. I started, after my parents split up, my mom got an apartment in the same apartment complex as her mom, my grandmother Millie, and then my dad ended up, his painting company ended up taking off, and he bought this really beautiful A-frame house out in the country off of Highway 54. And he met a school teacher named Donna, who was so great. She was just amazing. She was so good to us. And my mom met a man named Brian, and they both started new relationships. My mom filed for divorce. They split up custody. I spent the week with my mom, and then we would go to our dad's house on the weekends. I remember after he bought the big house, it had a huge garage out back, detached, like, it was like a detached garage, like almost like a shop out back. And he started building us this tree house. And I remember, I must have been 4 or 5 maybe. It's like literally one of my earliest memories, and I think it is my earliest memory. I remember that drinking always caused a problem, and he wasn't supposed to be drinking. And I remember he had told everybody he quit drinking. You know, but I really don't think people, even in the family, understood what that would mean if he actually quit drinking. I think a lot of, I'm not trying to harm my family by saying this stuff. I'm saying this for...
I thought your family was all dead anyways.
Intellectual purposes. People need to talk about these things. I don't think anyone in the damn family had a concept of alcohol withdrawals and what my grandfather Lonnie or my dad Johnny would have to do to get sober off of alcohol. It's almost like the family lived with blinders up. It's like, oh, he said he's going to get clean, so he'll get clean. They don't realize that they have to be an active participant and pay attention and help that person. And
Daisy would be like, just put him in Alcoholics Anonymous, it'll be fine.
not to mention, it's like they didn't even have a baseline for understanding that he would have been going through physical massive withdrawals and needed to been...
Her brother's still alive? Is that the brother that is like she said that her brother was incest, that her mom like slept with her cousin and had her brother who was like raised by her grandparents or something. She never could see them. Is there any like validity to that, or is it just like a story Brooke made up?
residentially like placed somewhere. He said, oh, I quit drinking, and they just took his word on it. And they didn't even have the intelligence to know that that would be impossible given the fact that he had been drinking for years. Do you see what I'm saying? He would have been sick as a dog. He would have been in the hospital. It's almost like the family did not have a baseline understanding for recovery and the basics when it comes to alcoholism. I mean, I'm sure my grandfather and my dad knew, and probably my grandmother Gloria, but I'm talking about my mom's side of the family, my mother, and everybody else. It's like they believed that he quit drinking, and they should have knew better. So he tells the family he quit drinking. I go out to the shop. It was late. Donna, my stepmother, who was pregnant at the time, was in the bed. I remember my siblings.
That's right, I got 3 whole mods.
Being in the bed, and I couldn't find my dad. So I saw the shop light on, and I walked outside, and I remember walking into the garage, and I remember he picked me up. And I remember smelling beer. And I was every bit of 4, 5, probably 4, like I keep saying. And I knew, like I had this feeling, like it was just like gut-wrenching. Like, I just knew it was wrong. I didn't know what it meant, but I knew it was wrong immediately. And a few weeks after that, he took me fishing out behind my papa Lonnie's house. Lonnie stayed in a trailer park. Him and my grandma Gloria got a divorce, but both bought a trailer in the same trailer park, which is crazy. But I think people do that a lot, actually. Sometimes they even remarry after divorce. But there was this big lake that was behind this huge open field, and this is out in the country. This was a very rural town. It was actually right down the road from Alexander Wilson or either E.M. Holt. I can't remember which school is which, but I would end up going to both, at least for a short period of time before I ended up in foster care. But he took me to the lake to go fishing, or he was fishing, and I'm sitting out there on a 5-gallon bucket, and he's trying to teach me to fish. And I remember saying, I'm thirsty, like, Dad, I'm thirsty. And he cracks open a Budweiser and hands it to me, and he's like, here, take a sip of this.
All right, well, that's not good. But why did you drink the whole can? Was he like joking? Was he like, just take a sip of it? I don't think you should be giving alcohol, obviously, to your kids at all. You know what I mean? At such a young age. But like, I don't know. I saw my brother sneaking like sips of beer from my dad and stuff, and like, I don't know. They just thought it was funny. Maybe my parents shouldn't have been parents either. I turned out alright though. I'm not out here stabbing people. I've never been to jail. Like,
It would absolutely have to be a lack of
I don't do whatever fucking drugs this woman's on.
intelligence, right? That's a true question. That's a real question. It's a lack of intelligence that someone would set a kid up for failure like that, right? Surely it's just a lack of intelligence. That's how I have to view it, because the alternative is much more evil, you know? So the A-frame house that my dad lived in was this big, beautiful log cabin looking house, but the whole front of it was like this glass, and it was
It's like, I don't really even, she hasn't gotten anything too gnarly. It's like she's, her, what's the word? Her demeanor and everything is almost more dramatic than like the story itself. Like, I don't know. Yeah, you shouldn't give minors alcohol, but it's not, she didn't elaborate at all. It's just like, okay, moving on.
2 stories that had this beautiful little staircase that went up. It was probably like a 70s or...
Like, everything Brooke has done to her kids so far has been worse than whatever I've heard in this thing.
It was probably a 70s home, honestly. It might even have been like a 1960s home, but it was so cute. And I had an upstairs loft. Like, I lived upstairs, and there was a bathroom, and there was a bedroom, and then there was like this loft area, and me and my brothers would like trade out. And then, I mean, the whole upstairs was...
Well, some of it's lies. Did she describe having that happen? I don't know. I must have missed that. I know that, like, she said that she was prescribed Ritalin at 4 years old, but that wasn't even, like, they lowered the age for being prescribed Ritalin to 4 years old in, like, 2011. So that was, like, a straight-up lie, you know?
Huge. It was like a whole open floor up there, which should have been, like, a living room and a kitchen. It was huge. And, Donna and him stayed downstairs on the bottom floor. She was a school teacher, and she had a daughter that was a teenager, if I'm not mistaken. She was like 16, and so I really liked her because she was like a girl, and I was always around all boys. Donna got pregnant by my dad right after he like bought this house, and then they got married, and then like things were looking up for them because his painting company was taking off. He owned a successful painting company. He had all these bucket trucks, and he had people that worked for him, and he was doing well for himself. But the alcohol, he would get drunk, he would make promises he wouldn't keep. I remember going to get Mexican food one night, and it was all of us in the van, and Donna, who was pregnant at the time, me and my brothers, and my dad. And I remember him drinking at dinner, and I remember him telling us that he was taking us to Disney World, and then we pulled into the driveway. I just don't know who, I mean, you know, and I was like 4, homie, so like it's a whole different thing. It'd be one thing if you were like, I don't know, 10 or 12, you know, it was a joke. But when you're 4, that, I mean, for that to stick with me, like the way that like, I don't know what to call it. There's a word for it. It's not like manipulation, but it's like, I mean, it is. It's some kind of like psychological game you're playing with a 4-year-old. I mean, way to build trust, Dad. I can't trust anything you say because every time, you know, you say we're heading here and we go there, or you get what I'm saying. For me to remember it to be, I was that young, and I remember how scared I was in the car when he was driving, because, and how am I even remembering that? I remember leaving the Mexican restaurant and being scared we were going to crash. And I was super young.
She's back live again. Okay, let's switch over to that. There's only a few minutes left in this one. Apparently I'm missing stuff, but that's okay. I don't really. It's Brooke. There we go.
And they said, sure, come on in.
Wow.
I come on in and I see the manager. I go pee. I come back. I say, yeah, I need to talk to the manager. And they're like, oh, they're in a conference call. How convenient for them. After I called, I drove all the way over here, wasted my time, my gas, and which, by the way, I have shit that I need to be doing. Like, I'm a full-time student now, so I'm actually supposed to be doing schoolwork, and then I have a therapy appointment this afternoon. So I have a lot of important shit that I need to do to take care of myself, and I can't even do that because I'm stuck here dealing with people who are corrupt. The evils of the world. Yes, if you steal money from people, that makes you evil. God says it in his word. See, people don't like that though, because they steal, they lie, they cheat. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So let's go. I'm gonna take y'all with me. If you can't see anything, it's because I'm trying to cancel my membership. And I find it crazy that one manager was able to give me a membership, but she's not able to cancel it. She's telling me I have to wait on a different manager. They're saying he's on the phone. I've been here for an hour. It's ridiculous. I'll stand outside this bitch like the Statue of Liberty all goddamn day. I'm canceling this membership today. This is exactly why I didn't want to do this. This is why it had me so stressed out 2 months ago. Because everything's a fucking scam.
Everything.
Oh, it's only $40, $50 a month. They done took $120 in less than 2 months. Gotcha. So he just left? Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah. When is he going to leave? Because I have school and other things. I got you. I'll just have to come back before then. Thank you. See, and it makes me mad because then I start getting snappy with the employees, but it's not their fault. It's the manager's fault that is dicking me around. So for the first 40 minutes, he was on a conference call. I come out because I said I needed to make a call because he's on a call supposedly. They said, oh, he'll be with you in just a minute. I step outside for 2 seconds, come back in, and he's gone. And this was just now. You just saw it in real time. This was after I called. I said, is a manager there? They said, yes, come on in. I get here. I see the manager. I use the bathroom. I come out. The manager's gone. I tell the employee, oh, well, I need to talk to a manager because I need to cancel this membership. He says, oh, they're in conference calls. Well, then all of a sudden I see one of the managers. She's not in a conference call. She can end my membership. I told her, I said, I'm trying to end my membership. She's like, oh, he'll have to do that. And she kind of like brushed me off like that, like she was pissed that I was trying to end this membership. First of all, lady, you're the bitch that scammed me. So if you really want to get fucking ballsies with me in this bitch, we can do it today.
It's trying to fist fight people who can't even. That's terrible. Hey, I want a gym membership here. Okay, yeah, I can set you up. I can't cancel it. And then this woman comes in, like, what, 2 weeks later? And it's like, I'll fight you if you don't cancel it. It's like, I don't have the fucking authority.
Miss, oh, it's only going to be $40, $50. And they've done took $120 in 2 fucking months. How does a $40 membership turn into $120, $50 in 2 months?
Initiation fees, annual fees, and monthly fees.
The gaslighting is unbelievable.
How was the cancellation fee?
So he said, oh, he had to go down to the bank and he's coming back.
So we didn't cancel the gym membership.
Anyone lying will be blocked. Anyone not adding to the conversation. Lord, if y'all shut the fuck up and learn to listen, maybe you'll know what's fucking going on.
We
Get
are
your heads out
listening.
your asses.
We're listening. She's slightly sped up, just so I can pause it. And so if she leaves us alone, we can skip ahead a bit. 1.25 speed.
Lord. So they bill me on the 5th of every month. They're hoping that I just give up and they can keep charging my account. We'll be back. After my therapy appointment, I'm coming back. I've got to take care of myself. I cannot be not eating, okay? I barely fucking ate today. Those 2 goddamn egg bites was nothing. I'm about to have a meltdown because I'm starving.
Is there no places we can eat in this plaza? Like, we're gonna have to drive. We're just gonna spend more gas? Alright.
I can't sit here all fucking day because these people want to toy with my fucking life because they hate themselves. And they're trying to scam for goddamn LA Fitness. We made a phone call.
I call LA Fitness La Fitness, because I think it sounds better. La Fitness?
We asked to speak to a manager. We saw 2 different managers, and somehow those managers evaporated in the time that it took for me to come to the car and grab my phone. After they said,
Like how she calls it Alley Financial? La Fitness.
we'll be with you in just a second. But I'm the problem. If they really want to play, I will drag their name like I did Planet Fitness. We will crack into how disgusting these facilities are, how shitty their staff are. The best thing that they can do when I'm back this afternoon is for them to cancel this membership. Because I got all time and a platform to show the realities of the conditions of their shitholes. It smells like raw sewage when you walk through the fucking gym door. Who wants to work out in that? Not to mention the sauna is literally growing mold, okay? And don't get me started on the pool that they haven't cleaned since Jesus was a boy. Like, disgusting.
This is the kind of things you have to deal with when you decide to spend all your time in a swamp. For no particular reason.
This is exactly why I didn't want to do this. What did I say? Editor, I need an editor, Mr. Editor. 3 months
Hit me up. I'll do it $300 a month.
ago, I had so much anxiety over getting a gym membership because I'd already been fucked over by Planet Fitness, you know, going to jail for crimes I did not commit. And so I had all of this anxiety and stress about opening up a gym membership. And here's another full circle fucking moment 2 months later, after getting money scammed out of my account. I'm trying to close this fucking account to no avail.
That's a good deal too. That's like $10 a day.
It's fun. It's fucking fun. I fucking hate this life, y'all. I feel like I'm a prisoner in hell every single day out here with this type of evil. They know I live out of my car too. So for you to even be scamming money out of my account like that, it's even lower. It's one thing to do that shit to somebody who lives in a house and has a stable life. It's a whole nother thing to overdraft. I mean, what if they would have overdrafted my account? Like I said, I've already explained the dominoes that would have fell from that, because this was an
She should get a credit card. She could just dispute the fees of the credit card, cancel it, or get a new number so they can't keep charging it. Or like, I think you can even like tell the credit card to like stop the charges coming in from this place too. It's something we wouldn't need to worry about if you just signed up the credit card, yeah.
unexpected charge, and I don't have any extra money laying around. So if I didn't have that $30 in the bank when they drafted almost $15 out of my account, it would have sent me into overdraft, which would have ruined my bank account, which would have knocked over like 5 dominoes in my life. I wouldn't have had anywhere to shower, no way to get a new bank account, because that bank account would have been insufficient with funds, which would have sent me into the fucking red, which meant that I can't use the card, and God knows I don't have any money to put in there to compensate for the lack of funds. So do you see what I'm saying? This is why I had anxiety 2 months ago, and I was so upset about getting a gym membership. And then here we are. Everything that I was worried about has come full fucking circle into the bullshit that I didn't even know it was possible. More illegal shit. This is illegal as fuck. Let me be clear. When you have a contract with a company and you agree to a certain amount and that company then steals more money out of your bank account, that's
Did you read the fine print?
illegal as fuck. We had a contract for $40 a month.
I'm sure, like, if this was actually happening on such a large scale, that there'd be some lawyer out there looking to make his name to be like, we'll start a class action lawsuit against La Fitness and take him for all they're worth. But I don't see that happening. Unless I'm like, I don't know, I just haven't heard of it. Is that happening right now?
But what can I do about it? I'm too poor to feed myself. But seriously, why don't rich people do something about it? Like, if I had money, I'd be in fucking court every goddamn day in a three-piece suit, fucking suiting up the box, bitches, every day. I wish I had money. That's why I ain't got money, because I'd be out here sue happy. I would have done sued Planet Fitness. I'd be threatening to sue them. Yes, over $12, because it's about the fucking principle. It's wrong.
What's the next gym she's gonna end up at that she's gonna want to sue?
Principle. Full circle moment from yesterday. Principle. What's the principle? We had a contract. You broke that contract by lying, by stealing money out of my account. The principle is that you're a liar and a fucking thief, and now I don't want nothing to do with you. Can't trust you. You say my gym membership's gonna be $40 a month. I wake up, you done took another damn $12 on top of damn $80. I'm sorry, how does $40 turn into 92? I'm not good at math, but 40 and 40 and then 12. I don't, oh, and that was on top of a $54 service fee, annual fee. Oh God, I forgot about that. When are people gonna start fighting back? Like, for real. I'm exhausted, and I feel like I'm so alone out here going through this. And I know I'm not the only one, because I read the reviews, and the people have the same complaints that I fucking do. Same complaints that I do. How did I know? How did I know?
Because you're psychic?
The reviews was one way, because there's so many people at the Atlantic Beach LA Fitness location that complains about having money stolen out of their account. There's 8, 9, 10 different reviews on the LA Fitness at Atlantic Beach. There's all of these reviews talking about people waking up and having their money stolen. So I know I'm not the only one. This is how I knew that this might be an issue, and that's exactly why I was paying attention to that account. I just had a feeling. All these little feelings that I feel. I just know stuff. I just know stuff before it even comes down, before it even happens. I can predict the way that a situation is going to go down based off of past events.
So why did you sign up for the gym?
It's being intuitive, common sense. I can feel it before it goes south.
Got me scared now. I'm like, I should check my bank. I don't check my bank. I just know what should be in there, right? Like, I don't like monitor it like a crazy person. Nah, everything's fine. Everything is the way it should be. Okay, good.
I've got to eat. I've got to get on the phone with her. See, now I might not even have time to cook. Like, and what am I going to eat? And I need to talk to my therapist.
I actually need to cancel my Xbox fucking membership. I'm never on Xbox. I don't think I've even plugged it in for like 3 months.
And I need to be doing schoolwork.
Leaving us in silence. I used to hate PlayStation until I got a PS5. Okay, doesn't mean anything, but I don't know. You guys should get a PS5. It's fun. Actually, I haven't played PS5 in like a week.
Yeah, that area is heavily liberal. That LA Fitness, it's a bunch of liberals that go there. From the Neptune Beach area.
I feel like we can make a flow chart of all of Brooke's like complaints and stuff. Like, she blames the liberals, she blames child trafficking, she blames trans people, she blames immigrants. She's gonna blame everybody. Blames the banks.
Area. Go figure. Rich people. Come on, y'all. I'm starving and we're going 30 miles under the speed limit. Jeez Louise. I don't know how these people walk around in long sleeves and long pants. I can't do that, man. It's hot as hell. It's 80-some degrees. I know they got to be hot. Walking down the road, too. Jeez. It's almost 90 degrees. How did I know? I feel like I read somewhere one time that LA Fitness gave their customers the runaround when it came to trying to cancel memberships. I feel like I read something where one lady went in there almost every day for a week and still couldn't get in contact with the manager. And you called, like I did. This is why I called. This is why I called. Y'all heard what they said on the phone. Go back to the last video from this morning. We called. Hey, I was trying to cancel my membership. And she says, oh, you can go online and do it? That's a bold-faced fucking lie. The only way that you can cancel your membership at LA Fitness is to see a general manager between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Stop believing everything you read on the fucking internet. If there was a way to fucking do it online, I would have done it. The fact that that bitch...
But she said you had to go in. I don't know. She said something about online, but she did say you had to go in though as well.
And said that is even crazy in itself. That's what I'm saying. They literally train their staff to be corrupt. And that poor girl probably doesn't know that that's a lie. You cannot cancel your LA Fitness membership online. But when I called, she said you could. And they probably taught her to say that. It's not her fault. She needs a job. I just know it couldn't be me, honey.
Oh, you can email LA Fitness customer service to cancel your membership, it says here. Just do that, Brooke.
I couldn't work nowhere where they was doing illegal shit like that. I'm gonna tell it all. And most places are. Most places are. Most places are. Look at the $66 million that was defrauded from the federal government by New York through EBT. I mean, for God's sake, they all stealing. Even the own damn government stealing from the other side of the government. I mean, whose money is that? Who were they stealing from? Great question. The taxpayers. $66 million of scammed money through EBT transactions in New York alone. And we wonder why we're broke. And we wonder why business is failing. Well, I'm just here to tell you that that's not an isolated incident. That shit's happening all over this country in small business and big business. I can't even go into a gym and get a membership and have somebody be honest with me. That's a scam. When you're lying to me, and she knew it was a lie. You know how I knew she knew it was a lie? Because the reviews show a pattern of them lying to people. All of those people in the review section saying, oh, well, I woke up and noticed that $50 gone out of my bank account and I don't know where this went and da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, so Reddit says you can cancel the membership online as well, but there's like, you got to do like a little bit of a loophole if you don't want to email them. It says that like if you set your address to somewhere in California, that the state law requires you have to be allowed to cancel things online apparently. So she could just change her address to California and cancel it like through the website if you just don't want to email them. I don't know. She should just Google like how the fuck do I cancel my La Fitness membership, and she might have better results.
I'm not the only one. So they have a history of doing this, taking what they call service fees. Service fees. Is that what we
That was from 8 months ago, so it's fairly recent. It's within the past year.
call this scam today? A service fee. When I don't even use your services. I ain't even been to that gym in 6 days because I feel so uncomfortable in there because all the leftists, the fucking weirdos. You can look at their eyes and tell they're not screwed right. And then that one lady was in there playing that fucking Joe Biden shit, and then the other lady stomping around because
Why are we driving backwards into the forest?
of my mere existence because she hated herself. I'm not dealing with that. I will take my money elsewhere. There are thousands of fucking gyms in Florida. I don't need that shit. I don't need it. And that's how I'm gonna be from now on. You disrespect me, you treat me like shit, you can come take your shit and I'll get new shit and we'll be on some new shit together. I ain't paying it. I ain't doing it. I'm not gonna be bullied. I'm not gonna be treated
Should be a forklift driver.
like shit. I'm done. I said that last year. I don't think the people have caught on yet. They will. They sure will. When they see me, they'll know I mean fucking business. And if they want my business, they'll be doing their goddamn job.
Like, she can rant and drive backwards pretty good.
Simple as that. That's how you take power and control back. That's how you take power and control back. I gotta eat real quick. I've gotta get on the phone. God dang it, Bobby. Can y'all see?
But that's right, Red Hornet. She broke her daughter's arm and never reported it and left it broken for 2 fucking weeks before she dropped it off at the babysitter and was like, have fun. That 2-week thing really pisses me off. I didn't know about the 2-week thing until today.
All right, so right there. I can't see nothing because the sun.
Like, I fucked up my toe recently, right? And it hasn't been 2 weeks. It's been like, I want to say 5 days, and it hurts. So I can only imagine having your arm broken for 2 fucking weeks. Like, Brooke is a piece of shit.
When did we buy these avocados? 3 days ago, and they're still not right. I don't know what's going on with the fruit, y'all, but something is going on with the fruit. Damn it.
Must be the liberals. You're just gonna blame the fruit on.
I'm also out of water. So I don't get food stamps anymore. And this is what I was explaining last month. Is that shit's about to probably go back to like it was last year when it comes to food because I don't have money for food. So we're gonna have kiwi for lunch. Be grateful that we have those, and I'm gonna do
This is real. I thought she was cooking something back here. Is she just eating a kiwi on the flatbed?
my therapy appointment and then go back to the fucking gym and wait some more to get digged around.
Oh, we're not even peeling it. I've never eaten a kiwi like this. It's so barbaric. This is not like how James eats. Like, you cut the kiwi in half and then you scoop it with a spoon.
I don't want all the skin. I thought I had some ramen noodles, but I don't. And I'm burnt out on the bang bang noodles.
This is the... I don't know. Do you guys eat kiwis like this? Maybe I'm the crazy one.
I'm just trying to stuff it down because I'm so stressed. It's hard to eat. But if I don't eat, my mental health will slip and I'll fall into mania from being triggered. And not eating. It's the most important part when you're under this amount of stress and living like this. If you do not prioritize food, your mental health is going to slip, which is going to lead to depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts.
Jill Phone says that it's not that crazy. I just don't eat kiwis. And when I do it like that. Like, I cut it in half and scoop it with a spoon.
You've got to focus on eating. You've got to force feed.
I'm sure like a lot of nutrients are in the skin. I just don't like washing the skin.
The kiwis are easy to get down.
Unless it's my skin.
They mush up, then you can just swallow them. I'm pissed. They're wasting my time. I ain't got time for this.
You left us in the dark. Now we're really zoomed in. Like, way too zoomed in. What are you doing, bro?
Oh, it's so funny you should mention the job thing. I did an interview this morning at 8:15, 7:45? 7:45. Yeah, it was with a horticulture company here. They have a nursery, and she said that they don't hire felons.
What about a felon with their agricultural business degree?
That's the name of the game. 99.9% of jobs don't hire felons. It's a lie. It's another lie in society that people don't know. Oh, but here you are listening. Thanks for supporting my channel. I love you. God bless.
Go to a factory.
You're supposed to eat them with the skin on them because that's where the fiber is. Fun fact.
Why does it keep on highlighting this? Go to a factory. Ah! Deleting comments, that's why.
Mhm. I have nothing to hide, honey. See, the difference between me and you is I've been honest about everything, any and everything. I'm the one that put my name out there. I'm the one that told people that I was accused of crimes I did not commit. I'm the one that's released this information. Y'all really be coming and acting like you're doing something. It's really sad. I'm glad to know that I get people this bothered. Maybe if I can get them bothered enough, I can get them thinking enough, and then I can actually start getting people to wake up and care about society and themselves. So thank you. All publicity is good publicity. Thank you. Andy, it is my job. It is my job. It's crazy. Do you think that I want to wake up and see all of these inconsistencies? Do you think that I want to have to work like this every day? Absolutely not. But for some reason, God has put it in my lap, honey. It's not my fault. Not my fault. I think the saddest part is to have someone who's so uneducated as myself recognize all of these failures and cracks in society. All these people got all this education and all this common sense and are so well-to-do. They're horrible people. You're so smart. You see what's going on in society and you do nothing to fix it. That makes you horrible. The whole purpose of this life is to help each other, to spread God's word and to walk in his light. That's it.
Oh my God.
Anything outside of that is the devil's work.
A little big. We did this. Whoa.
Oh, but because I cuss, I'm the bad guy. What fucking small-minded people.
There we go. Now we can highlight stuff
Studies
again.
show people who cuss are actually smarter and more intellectually inclined than those who don't. Fun fact. Fact check me.
Heyo.
That's not why I cuss. I cuss because that's all I heard for the first 18 years of my life. But, yeah. Well, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta call Stephanie. Stephanie! I gotta call her and talk to her. So, I'm gonna go do my therapy appointment and complain to her about LA Fitness and them dicking me around. It's just so exhausting, and I'm already in a horrible position. I need to get this taken care of, and they're making it impossible. How did I know? We've been through so many of these incidences in the past 2 years. That's how I knew. That's how I knew. And that's why I can't work somewhere like that. Because I would never do that to people. I would literally look at a customer and be like, psst, my manager is in the back hiding from you because she doesn't want you to cancel your membership. And see, then I'd be fired for being honest, because I always am, and I have been. So you see what I'm saying? I can't work somewhere where they want me to break the law, scam people, do illegal shit.
Yeah, Lisa, it's not enough that she like yells at us and vents to us all day. She's got to vent to like a clinical professional as well.
And lie to people. At some point throughout your career, you know you're doing wrong, and you still do it. And I think a lot of people are in positions where they have to be complicit in evil every day just to have a career. That's why I don't have a fucking job, because I can't do it. I cannot turn my back on God. And I've always been this way. This relationship is not new. He's always been with me. I've always been this way. I'm not going to break the law just to help a corporation scam some customers for some gym memberships. That's crazy. And that's absolutely what they did. They said that it was going to be 40, 50 bucks a month. I have to have somewhere to shower.
Catching up? Why is it catching up?
And they've taken $90-something, over $90-something. It was altogether like $172 in 2 months. Do you know what $172 does for me? That feeds me for like, I don't know, a week. It's just crazy. It's crazy that they can do this, and people just accept it and not realize that it's illegal. Like, that's another reason that they dumbed everybody down and they stopped teaching people to read and write and do math, because without basic knowledge, you don't even recognize that your civil rights and your rights are being fucking violated. They have created a generation of idiots so that they can just ruin society, and that's what's happened. People don't even know how illegal
Oh yeah, Red Hornet. We've been looking at her John Large Facebook. It's a pretty interesting Facebook there.
this is. We had a contract. We signed a contract for $40, $50 a month 2 months ago, and they have took over $170 out of my bank account. That is illegal. Most people don't even fucking know that, but most people would call me stupid. So be it. So be it. I love you guys. We'll talk this afternoon. I'm gonna go talk to my therapist. Pray for me. God knows I need it, and I'm praying for you guys. Bye, y'all.
What was the point of this stream? Eating a kiwi and being like we didn't cancel the fitness membership that we swore we were gonna cancel. 35-minute stream. That was pretty short. All right, let's go back to her her edited, not even edited, her videos that she uploaded. We had 2 minutes left on this first one, and then we got a 24-minute second one there. Let's see what we got. I guess I could have kept that up there.
And could pick up on the fact that he was drinking and driving.
All right, I'm not making food or eating this time, so like I should be able to pay attention better.
I feel like I just feel like being able to remember stuff like that and being able to hone in on how I was feeling at the time shows that I was hyper aware even back then. Several times he would beat Donna. He would get so drunk and just beat the hell out of her. He would go in the bedroom. I would hear them argue, and then you could hear him literally slapping her fucking around and her screaming. And it happened one too many times, and he was charged with, yet again, felony battery, I do believe.
I just like, what's the point of doing this? I don't feel like it's helping anyone else in her situation because he's not really giving any, like, advice or anything like that, or how she overcame this. This feels like if she has a therapist, just talk to your therapist about this. Unless you just want everyone to feel bad for you, you know what I mean?
Which led to their
like in her, she says it every day. A whole bunch of people hate me online. I have a whole bunch of trolls, a whole bunch of hate. Why would you want to put something so personal out there if you know that like there's people like that going to be watching it? Unless you want them to hate it and you be like, oh, look, poor me.
divorce, and by this time she was pregnant with, you know, another child. But by the time he caught these assault charges against my stepmother, he'd also caught
Reckless Eric.
like 3 or 4 DWIs.
Reckless Eric gets mad sometimes.
And they were like indefinitely about to suspend his license. I looked at his record the other day, and I don't want to get off track, but he had like 10 DWIs on his record. This was a huge problem from him, and it had probably been going on since he was a young kid, because well, if he's anything, if my grandfather was anything like,
What's up, Reckless Eric? The angry faces make me laugh.
my dad was anything like my grandfather by giving me that beer at the lake, that tells you kind of a story of how he kind of ended up there. If my grandfather, and more than likely so, because he was an alcoholic too, and he would go on to shoot and kill himself. I'm just saying the family dynamics led my father to the place that he was in. Regardless, a pervert is a pervert, and I don't think that the alcoholism had anything to do with the perverseness that was inside of him. Alcohol or not, he still would have been a pervert.
Right, so bad people are bad people, whether there's alcohol or not. So you can't really be blaming alcohol for stabbing those women and shit.
Hold empathy for him and his upbringing, just like my mother.
Whoa. All right, so this is gonna be part 2. Reckless Eric's likes Nirvana and God. I think we can find common ground. It'll be all right. Yeah, she is a piece of shit. Let's grab this other one here. The Secret Engineering of the Great Pyramid. That's interesting, but that's not what we're watching today. Let's grab this other video real quick here.
The cards that they were dealt were not fair. And I'm sure coming from poverty does not aid in the situation. Yeah, I still feel empathy for my family. You know, even it's so crazy because while he was so horrible to my mother, to his own mother, my grandmother Gloria, to his dad, he was so horrible to everybody, but he was never horrible to me. Not like he was to everybody else. He actually spoiled me rotten. And until I was probably about 6, I had the dream daddy girls relationship with my dad. It was an illusion. He would buy me anything I wanted, take me anywhere I wanted, except for Disney World. You know, I had it all. He was always spoiling me, always buying me the nicest toys for Christmas. And there would only be a few Christmases before I would never see him again. But I remember the my size Barbie, and I had like a little pink riding Barbie Corvette. I felt like such a badass. I remember him building me a tree house, and he spent so much time on it. He like built it out of woods up in the trees, and it was way up there too. He built a ladder and everything, and a rope that came down that he cemented into the ground so you could climb up this rope. I don't know how you can look like you have it all from the outside and then on the inside be doing the most horrible things to your family. From all outwards appearances, he was running a successful business. He's married to a school teacher. He's having all these children. He's, you know, spoiling his baby girl, like. And then at night, when the sun goes down and he's good and drunk, because God, he started drinking early in the morning, he can hold his shit together till, you know, 5, 7 p.m. and then all hell breaks loose. I mean, how do you live with yourself torturing your family? I don't understand.
If you're blackout drunk, you know how you got blackout drunk and stabbed 2 people? Maybe he was getting blackout drunk by 7 p.m. and he didn't remember it the next day.
I don't understand. So Donna, my stepmother, ends up divorcing him. He's extremely upset. He falls into alcoholism even more.
I know, because you're a man of God and Nirvana, right?
And one weekend he decides that he's gonna get me and my brothers and go down to the coast. And so he comes and picks me up at my mom's, and he's got this old painter's van. And I gotta pay attention to the time because this won't upload if it's too long. He's got this old painter's van, and there's not even 3, 4 seats in it. We're all sitting on buckets. Yeah, it was a different time. I remember Jody, what is it, Messina? Jody, y'all know who I'm talking about. I remember Heads Carolina Tells California playing, and that song, it just kind of like came around, by Jody Messina. And I remember riding from Graham all the way to the Wilmington, North Carolina coast. He drank the entire time that we drove there. He was drinking beer. And
Do you think we're gonna get to see? I don't think she's gonna film the LA Fitness thing. Do you think she's gonna cancel the LA Fitness contract by the end of the day?
the first thing he did when we got to Wilmington was stop at a gas station to get beer. You know what's crazy? Is like 20-something years later, I would be doing the same thing just to survive every day. Never thought about that till just right now.
Thank God it's early still. I really need to try to get my fucking passport photos taken today. So hopefully Brooke can like disappear for a few hours. I don't want to be behind, you know? Can't be behind. We've been doing really well at keeping up to date with Brooke shenanigans.
Yeah, it's probably not a good thing
Lately.
to witness stuff like that as a child. It normalizes it. It really does. So he got more beer, and then he rented a hotel, and I don't remember where this hotel is, but I do know that when they did an investigation through the sheriff's department, that they took me back there, and it was very traumatic just to even see the place. And I was only like 9 years old at the time. But I remember getting molested, and then
So apparently I missed that the first time. So if that happened, that's terrible. And I feel for her. But it's also not an excuse to do every bad thing she does in life. You know what I mean? And I hate to say that I'm skeptical, but I have to be, since we've caught Brooke in a whole bunch of other lies, and I just don't see the point of this. Like, she tried to upload this so many times that, like, she should have just, she even said, she's like, is this a sign from God? Should I not upload this? Like, maybe not. Like, I don't know what she's planning to get accomplished with this, I guess.
I remember the fallout from the situation. I remember running away from my dad. I remember locking myself in the bathroom. And he was not hostile. He was not a hostile. Like, that's the crazy thing. You'll beat the hell out of my mother, but you won't beat me. Oh, but you'll molest me, because that's less evil. It just, the man made no fucking sense. He's seriously, in my opinion, extremely psychologically damaged and ridden with alcoholism to the point to where he was drunk his whole life. The last time I heard, I don't even know if he's alive. Haven't seen him since I was 9 years old. So it's been almost 30 years. The last time I heard, he was still an alcoholic, and somebody said that they saw him on a bicycle with a basket of beer. And this was probably 4 years ago. I heard this story. Someone told me. So clearly, I can trust this person that told me this. And clearly, he is still in alcoholism. And he will probably die in alcoholism. That's his choice. He made a choice to choose drugs and alcohol, or alcohol specifically, over living. Regardless, I do believe that regardless if he would have had alcohol or not, he still would have been molesting me. And it is my belief that he molested me probably a lot, my whole life, probably. These type of offenders don't just start at 6 years old. All of the signs were there prior. I haven't even begun to tell y'all about the school issues that is going on concurrently with this side of the family. There's 3 parts to this story.
The school issues that are concurrently. So, like, at the same time that you're telling this part, or like to this day? Probably not to this day.
There's 3 dynamics. One side
That wouldn't make sense.
at my mother's house, one side's at my dad's house, and one side is with the school district, because at this point I was in Head Start programs, getting in massive trouble, fighting teachers, fighting students. We'll have to talk about, I want to focus on the family dynamics in this, and we can start from the education, because that's a whole nother thing in itself. But while all of this was going on, I'm also in Head Start with extreme behavioral problems, bedwetting, all of the signs for sexual trauma, sexual molestation were there. All of the signs, as well as reactive attachment disorder from maternal deprivation. I had never bonded with my mother. Sure, I bonded with my dad, but he was a pedophile and an alcoholic. The abuse went on for 3 years before I told my grandmother Millie on my mother's side, my mom's mom. I remember standing in the kitchen. And I don't even know, it just come out of nowhere. She says, "What's wrong? Tell me what's wrong." And I said, "Daddy's molesting me." Or I said, "Daddy's touching me." And she's like, "What do you mean?" And
Laughing at part 3 coming up. Give it 3 days. It's really like, I shouldn't be laughing without context. It makes me sound like a crazy person if Brooke's telling this story.
man, the way my grandma loved me, y'all. That's who I had my closest relationship with, was my grandma, Millie. She didn't go berserk. She called my mother, who was at work, who could never keep a job because of my behavioral problems. We'll get there one day. She says, "You got to come home." She said, "Heather just told me that Johnny's messing with her and we've got to call the police." It's almost like they were waiting.
Her dad's name was John? Why would she call herself John Large?
For the moment.
Wouldn't that be traumatic?
To try to exile him out. I mean, because at this point, I mean, he's drinking, he's causing problems, he's making my mom's life a living hell. He's done got a divorce from this lovely school teacher who he beat the hell out of, had a couple kids with, and then disrespected her, walked all over her, treated her like shit with his alcoholism. His BS had seeped into the family. I still don't understand, though, how he had parental rights at the point that he's an alcoholic who has so many, slip-ups. I don't understand why the court... I think that children do need both parents. Absolutely. They need a mother and a father. But not in the context of one parent being so completely out of control that it's wreaking havoc on the entire family and disrupting the stability of that family. That is the moment that the state comes in and says, wait a minute, you're not going to be a daddy today. You're not the dada. You're not the dada, At what point, And it's crazy. It's crazy. Because I did none of that with my own daughter. But still and yet, social services had the right, maybe not, to take my kid. But I was in a position where I was actually being abused, molested, and all of this with a parent who...
You got put in foster care. She's told us a bunch of times she was put in foster care.
You could tell was an alcoholic. Everybody knew. He's constantly getting DWIs. He got like 10, I do believe. Why did they not prevent me from seeing this person is what I'll never understand. At the same time that I am over here getting molested by my dad, he's drinking. I'm having behavioral problems.
Or she's put in foster care because she ran away with her boyfriend.
Problems in school, so I'm constantly in trouble in school. When I'm at home with my parents, Kay and Brian, on the weekends.
I seen something actually. Hold on, I'll find it. There was like a thing being like the last place she was seen was at the Sonic, and she used to work at Sonic, right? She talks about it a lot. My clothes used to smell like Sonic. Blah 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 blah. And saying that she ran away. Hold on, let me find it.
I'm sorry, on the weekdays, I'm getting my ass beat over there constantly. My mom met this guy named Mickey who was so freaking, y'all, he looked like Tim McGraw. He was so cute. And for some reason, she picked this guy named Brian over this great guy named Mickey. Like, listen, she picked the bad guy, the bad, mysterious man, over the sweet humor guy. Like, the kind, humorous guy. I'll never understand that. But I remember even at, 4, 5, 6 years old when all this was going on, I remember thinking, God, I hope she picks Mickey, God. Because, I mean, how would I even, how at that age could I conceptualize the difference in the way my life was about to go, depending on which person she ended up with? Talk about being pretty freaking intuitive, and I don't think I've ever thought about that either, but now that I'm saying it, this is why therapy is important. I had to be pretty freaking intuitive to realize that if she married Mickey, that life would be so much better. Probably based on the fact that, you could joke with him. He was playful. He acted like he wanted to be part of the family. And I could see him being a father figure. However, on the other hand, the asshole my mother would go on to marry was he was a brute. All he did was pout all the time. He was always angry. The home was full of fear. I constantly had to walk on eggshells. I could never talk. Imagine not being able to talk as a child.
Okay, so this is the thing I'm talking about. So this is in North Carolina. Location was Sonic. This would have been date of birth 1987. I don't know Brooke's the actual date of birth. I don't know when she was born, right? This looks kind of like a young Brooke. A bit, kinda, right? But it says missing person. Attached photo has been reported of missing person. Burlington residence. Heather Brooke Clark is a white female, 5'3". I'm trying to see a date anywhere here. I'm blind. I don't know. She was last seen by her mother at Sonic on South Church Street in Burlington, North Carolina. She is known. Been seen in the area for several days because she has been in touch with her friends. So I don't know if this is like what you guys are talking about here, but I remember someone sent me that and was like, you think this is Brooke? And I was like, that looks like Brooke. And that's like her name, and that's the year she was born in. So like, probably.
Who does that to a child? So she marries this guy named Brian. And I don't think they actually married until I was probably 6 or 7. They lived together at the apartment, like I said. And it was absolute hell. And,
Corrupted. How did the plane go today? I don't know. Did you make any progress?
It sucked because Brian was dating my mother when I told my grandmother about the molestation from my real dad, and it really sucked because I knew at the time when I told my grandmother that I was never going to see my dad again and that I was going to be stuck with Brian being my father. He didn't even act like he liked my mother. I will never understand what she saw in this asshole. He did not even act like he liked my mother, much less loved her, nor the children. So it was the weirdest freaking dynamic. He was just an asshole. I don't know how else to put it. He was a detached, emotionless asshole.
For all intents and purposes, I'm not single,
And that's the father that would raise me.
but I'm also not in a relationship. It's complicated.
Ironically, all of the things that I now am. All of the things that I am now. Thanks, Dad. Thanks so much.
Not yet, Zach. Maybe one day. That'd be interesting if she ever does. Tony, Michael Johnson's been in chat. Daisy's been in chat. I mean, Daisy's been on the channel. Of course she's been in chat. Who else has been in our chat? Crazy people. You actually hate her now. Well, that's good. I mean, like, that shows that you're not crazy then, Corrupted. I was curious to see how that would go, but yeah. Welcome to the... People call this the dark side, I guess, but I think it's the cool side.
So, my biological father was arrested.
We'll call it the magenta side.
My mom and Brian were planning a wedding. He was sentenced to a year and a few months in prison. I think it was like a year. And y'all, we'll have to look it up one day. I don't want to stop this video. There's so much. I mean, we ain't even made it out the elementary.
She said she's 39. She's not 39. She was born in 87. Like, the title of this video that we're watching right now is part 2, 1987, because that was the year that she was born. I guess I could just look at we had the other court records up from her other arrests. I should just see if there's a date of birth on there, if it's in December or not.
Years yet. I know a lot of people go through stuff like this, and I just feel like so many people don't realize, though, that a lot of us has been through this. And I just want people to know that a lot of us have had extremely hard lives. You're not alone. You're not alone, especially if you grew up in the foster care system. There's millions of us that have the same stories, and we haven't even gotten to the foster care system yet. All of this was the first 4, 5, 6 years of my life. So my dad is sentenced to prison, and I remember I had to face him in court. Not testify. He actually admitted to the abuse. He owned up to it immediately. He did not, you know, the crazy part is he did not try to blame the sexual abuse on alcohol. He never did that. He owned up to it, and he faced me in court, and he stood up and he apologized. I really think that his father messed him up really bad on the alcohol. Like, I think that the family dynamics led to him being his own worst enemy, and it cost him everything.
Okay, here we go. So, this, oh, fuck. Why did it do it like this? Oh, no. Fuck. Stupid fucking thing. Give me a second. I just wanted to it is her birthday. It's the same birthday. Just trying to... Where the fuck did it go, man? I had it zoomed in, and then when I switched windows here, right here. Stop that. Can I zoom in? Ooh. Birthday 12/08/1987. The date that the offense happened on was 3 days before her birthday. Like, her kid's arm was broken 3 days before her birthday, which I think is interesting. So did she just like, she's like, I don't want my birthday to be ruined. It's like, I'm just not gonna report this or what? But yeah, on this one, her birth date is also December 8th, 1987. So same birthday, same full name. That has to be her. She just looked like a little different. I don't know. When she had more weight on her, she looked different.
My mother, his kids, his business, his reputation, his career. Everything
It was a good day.
went up in smoke. He lost everything. He lost his home. He lost the
What happened on her birthday?
stepmother. He lost his children. And he was marked as a registered sex offender. So I'm sure that didn't help the alcoholism, but we all have choices. And
I haven't thought about this guy. What was it, Zach? I can't even remember his last name. We want hamsters.
I would never make the choice to harm a child, nor have I ever. So I don't understand the perverseness in these types of men's minds. But I know that this is not an isolated incident. There are so many young girls that go through childhood abuse from their biological fathers, secondary fathers, and it is so common. It's just one of the most disgusting statistics.
It's pissed the whole day. We'll have to, like, when her birthday rolls back around, we'll have to do like a compilation of all the birthday streams. I'm sure they're all great.
So after telling about the abuse, I never saw my dad again. After facing him in court and him telling me that he loved me and he was sorry and he wished that he could take it all back, never saw him again. So at this point, I would have been about 9 years old. And for a good chunk of that time, I'd been in either Head Start, preschool, kindergarten, first, second grade. I'm going to have to put that in another video because these things were running alongside concurrently. I was, like I said, kind of living three lives. I was with my dad on the weekends, which was everything I just told you, years of that. And then I was with my mother and my new stepfather, Brian, Kay and Brian, during the week. And during the week, I would go to school. So my mother was the one that had to deal with all the school stuff. She lost numerous jobs. I would be tried in court before the age of 14 twice. 2 different legal battles from fighting in school. Be expelled, put into transitional schools, put into juvenile justice detention
So before she had even been doing drugs, she was already combative and beating people up.
centers, put into mental health facilities, and drugged up, strapped to a bed.
Zach Baggins, that was his name.
There's so much that went on. They want you to forget.
We
In my
want
opinion, they were trying
hamsters.
drugs on me to make me forget everything. I mean,
I can't fly on a plane anymore. My mom had a dream.
what happened and what they do, and it's still going on. This is not something that stopped. The overuse of medication in psychiatric settings is not something that's stopped. Especially in inpatient facilities. These places are demonic. What happened to me as a child was absolute torture. No kid should be.
Don't worry, Eric. Only Judy can judge me. And God. But I don't believe in God. But you do. So, like, you can't judge me. Only God can judge me.
Passed around as a guinea pig for them to try medications on. It just makes me sick, everything I went through. It makes me so angry. No wonder I'm so angry. I'm talking about this, and I really did not realize how angry I was at my mother. I think knowing that we didn't bond causes a lot of problems, and it led to a lot of childhood problems that led to more problems. And it's just the whole family dynamics is extremely sad. There's no one side of the family that had it all together. Every side has their own flaws and problems and major issues that should have been discussed, should have been secrets that should have been told. I don't fault them for the way that they did things. I love my family. Now they're all deceased, but it's not their fault. Y'all, this has gotten long and I want to go before it gets to an hour because I don't want it to get not upload. So I guess next time we'll just jump into my mom and Brian's dynamics and the start of their relationship and the home dynamics and how
That's right. And God wouldn't have gifted me with the talent to play guitar like Kurt Cobain if I was so evil.
I ended up in foster care, and also
Yeah,
how I ended up in psychiatric hospitals getting strapped to chairs and gurneys for hours, if not days at a time.
Oh, Judge Judy would hate you though if you were a pit bull owner. She hates pit bull owners. Also, I don't think she has that show anymore. She has Judge Justice, where she has like her granddaughter and the stenographer, and then she'll be like looking at her granddaughter and the stenographer, laughing at the people, being like, "What the fuck?" And then she'll be like, "Stenographer, read this back to me." So it's a little bit different. I think she sells the show though.
I did not realize this bothers me this much. I mean, for me, it's definitely been like a process of grieving.
I don't know. Heather was in 87 as well. I mean, like, they're on the opposite ends of 87. If Heather was born in January and she was born in December, but so almost like a year apart. But yeah, interesting. Maybe 87 was just like a bad year to be born.
And I love you guys. And we will talk soon. Hopefully next time I'll be able to hold it together, but I doubt it. Doubt it. Is it really a good week if you're not pulling an 07 break me? I love you guys and pray for me because God knows I need it, and I'm praying for you guys. Bye, y'all.
All right. Well, that wasn't my favorite Brooke video, but we needed to see what all the hubbub was about because she took like a week to upload this fucking video in 2 parts, and apparently there's going to be other videos that coincide with the events that happen in these videos. I don't know. You guys want to see what Heather used to sound like when she was honest Heather? Because I've seen a bunch of people being like, she has a fake accent. I was like, yeah, she does. Give me 1 second here. Why is it not the first thing that pops up? I gotta sort by channel, I guess. Honest Heather, where you at? There you are. All right, this is what Heather used to sound like.
Hey folks, how's it going? My name is Honest Heather.
Where's the accent?
Heather Brooke. I'm from Graham, North Carolina, and today I'm going to talk to you about dancing. And when I say dancing, I mean stripping. I do not mean ballet or tap or anything that you are trained to do. Stripping is a whole nother world, and everyone thinks that they know what it's like to be a stripper, and I am here to inform you. And I will be doing 10 videos in 90 days, so please stay tuned. Just so you know, I have no way to edit these videos. I'm doing this with a basic Sony camera, some lamps that I've found in my closet, and some stuff that I've come up with. So here we are. Let me start by saying that I love wine. I am a wine connoisseur. Today I'm going to be drinking Red Diamond, which is a Merlot. Gonna have a glass of that.
Is it Merlot or Merlet? I don't know. I'm not cultured.
That just kind of get me in my mood. I've been dancing for 3 years. I started after having my daughter, who is going on 3 years in December, so I guess I've been dancing for 2.5 around about. I am college educated. I have credentials. I was in advertising and marketing before.
Wait, what? I don't remember her. I actually haven't watched all this. I just remember, like, I've only watched this for the accent change, I think. She went to college for marketing? I didn't know she had any degree in anything. Why wouldn't, like, a marketing firm hire a felon if it's, like, a violent felon? Like, if she can just work remotely and she's actually good at marketing, like, I don't know why that would be a problem.
Before I got into stripping, since leaving marketing, I've danced in over 50 clubs throughout the United States, from California to Miami. North Carolina is my home base, so I've danced at more clubs here than anywhere. I love North Carolina, however, I do not like their laws. I prefer a fully nude club, and before you get into dancing, if you're thinking about getting into dancing, when you check on the clubs near you, which I'm about to get into, you need to make sure that you're comfortable with a fully
Right, I thought she was getting the degree in agriculture currently.
nude establishment. Most fully nude clubs do not allow drinking. It's BYOB. Down in South Florida, there is fully nude with alcohol served. So I have a couple of different points to make today. I'm going to start with making sure you're comfortable with dancing. So if you're thinking about dancing, you need to make sure that you're okay with being naked, number one. Number two, possibly being touched. There's going to be men that try to do things. There's always that one guy.
This hat is a choice as well. I don't know why I'm just noticing the hat now.
So you need to make sure that you're okay with it. You need to make sure that you're okay with people knowing what you do for a living before you get into the industry. If you grew up in a very Southern Baptist home like myself or something similar, you might want to think twice because your family might disown you, which is what my family did. They've since got over it because I made a very good valid point of stating, you guys don't pay my bills, and until you do, I don't care what you think. So with that being said, they've gotten over it. They accept me for who I am and my job for what it is. My job does not dictate who I am as a person. Just because I strip does not mean that I don't have morals and values. It's something that I enjoy to do. I put it to a lot of men like this. Why am I going to...
Yeah, like that, because I can almost kind of hear the southernness. Like, I don't know if she's trying to mask the southern and like do a Valley Girl accent, or if she just like is midway to converting to southern. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell which is the fake one. Does that make sense?
I'm going to pay someone $50 to watch my daughter on a Friday night so I can go out and spend more money partying when I could potentially pay $50, have someone watch my daughter go to work and make thousands. I mean, it's just, sometimes I go to work just to party, and in the process, I make money. So it's a great thing to do. Like, if you like to party and you don't want to give up that lifestyle, I'm not saying I want to party every single weekend, but sometimes I do want to party, and I go to work just to party, and I make money. So if you don't want to give that up, think about getting into dancing. You can make great money doing it.
You could also be a drug dealer. I don't know. Drug dealers party a lot.
Also, make sure you're comfortable with getting on stage. You're going to have to get on stage. If you're a really like shell type of person, you're in your shell and you don't have so much personality, so to speak, it might not be the job for you. You need to be very outgoing. You need to be very strong spoken. You need to be opinionated. You need to be a strong woman. This is not something to get into if your typical Friday night is staying at home and watching Netflix and just chilling by yourself. I mean, you're going to have to be a people person to make money. I've seen girls who have no personality at all come in and they love to be in the atmosphere, but they're not that type of person that can make money by talking to people, socializing, getting on stage and showing out. You need to make sure that you can do that. Let's see. Like I said before, you need to make sure that you're okay with men touching you. I know girls who do not allow touching. In the state of North Carolina, we're not allowed to allow someone to touch us. We're not allowed to sell a lap dance off of saying, hey, you can come touch me. Come grab a titty, $30. Like, we're not allowed to do that.
She was raised in North Carolina, though. Like, are the accents in North Carolina southern? I don't even think it's North Carolina, right? So I'm just wondering, like, where did she get the accent from?
But in some states, like Florida, it's perfectly acceptable. And there's a lot worse stuff that goes on down there. And we'll get into that in a later video.
Okay, so as North Carolina's diverse geography and history have resulted in a range of accents, with the southern accent being most prominent. I didn't realize that.
When I start talking about travel dancing, because if you want to dance, but
It's a learning channel we got here.
you're scared to dance in your own city due to the fact that your family and friends might find out, travel dancing is a
Wait, she did a video with an actual pole? I've only seen the one with the imaginary pole where she's like, oh, I pole, just pretend it's here. Where's... what?
perfect thing for you to do. It's very,
Is it on this channel? Is it in this video? I'm skimming through it. I think she just sits in this chair the whole video.
there's a chance that no one could find out. There's a lesser chance. You never know. Word of mouth travels. There's been instances where where Snapchat videos have gotten out of people dancing and it's caused problems, and you have to be careful. It's not, just because you travel dance doesn't mean that it's not going to be found out. There's still that huge chance, so you have to be very careful. Sorry guys. Like I said, I can't edit this video, so it's one of those things. You're just gonna have to kind of work with me right now. Being a sexual person will make you a lot more money than being a very closed mouth, like, ooh, I don't want to talk about I'm not saying you have to talk to gentlemen about what you like to do in bed, but just being sexy. You need to be sexual. You need to be sexy. If you're that type of girl, you could probably make a killing doing this, because I work with a lot of girls that have zero personality, zero sexiness, and they still somehow make money. They don't even know how to dance, and that's another thing. That's something that I do want to get into. You do not have to know how to dance to get into dancing. I've seen girls strut across a stage and just be,
If I didn't know North Carolina had a southern dialect, I don't have a lot of world experience. I'm from Canada, bro. I don't fucking frequent North Carolina.
throw some hair around, poke some lips out.
I have no life experience because I don't fucking go to North Carolina. I live in Canada, bro. Like, what? So, oh my god, that's insane.
And make money. If you have sex appeal, you're gonna make money. You don't have to know how to dance to get into the dancing industry. And if you're really interested in it, it will come eventually. If you're really dedicated, you can learn pole moves. You can learn to have rhythm. You can learn all of that. It
What is South Dakota's fucking main dialect?
just takes time and dedication. So if you don't know how to dance and you really want to dance, get into it. So I'm gonna start with how to get an
I guess I should just go be a stripper in North Carolina like Brooke and have more life experience.
interview. How to find a club and get out there. The first thing to do is to check reviews online and find a club near you. Reviews are
Kurt Cobain's dead, bro.
huge. You need to read them because it does matter. Even going as far as going in, say you have
I have bagged milk in my freezer, actually.
a boyfriend or say you don't have a boyfriend. Go in with friends. Check out the strip club. Find what club best works for you. I say that because I've walked into clubs in other areas that surrounding cities. Let me note that the city I live in, we do not have strip clubs. They are completely outlawed, and they have been for a little over 10 years now. So I have to travel to another city, which is 40 to 20 minutes one way or the other to find work. You need to make sure that it's a club that fits you. I've walked into a club before and I've been really out of my element and felt really uncomfortable, and I didn't work there. Of course, I left immediately and I went to go find another club and did an interview. You need to call a club and find out if they have an amateur night. This is the biggest thing. If you do know how to dance, this is great. This is a quick way to make cash. If you don't want to do it long term, great way to make cash. Amateur night. Some clubs have it, some clubs don't. I've seen
Reckless Eric's in his 50s. I have like this crazy redhead you might be into. Do you know who Cleveland Housewife is?
cash prizes up to $1,000
She might be more your speed.
before in one stage set. That's 2 songs, taking off your clothes, fully nude, not fully nude, it depends on the club, and you make $1,000 right there. It just depends on the club. So call your local clubs, ask, do you guys have an amateur night? Can I try it out? Can I audition? If you're not comfortable with that yet, then go in and just check around. See what you're more, what club you're comfortable with. Certain clubs have certain days that they do and do not do interviews. You need to call once again and check that out. Ask them how the business has been. In the state of North Carolina, right now it is the off season for me. I am not making much money, hence my YouTube videos. So, yeah.
She got fired from all the strip clubs she worked at. It's because really did never get it.
The off season has, and this damn hat, the off season has encouraged me to do something that I've wanted to do for a while, and that is strip club reviews, strip club talk, tell you how to get into the business, tell you how to walk in stripper shoes, all of that. So it's the off season. June, July, and August are the worst months for me, and it's so sad. Throughout most of the year, I average, depending on where I am, where I'm working, and clientele, and that's going to be another thing, building regulars, and I will do another video on that soon. Depending on where you are, you can make anywhere from 5, I would say on the low spectrum, good season, 5 to 20 on up. I've had nights where I've made 18, 20 grand in a night. Don't go in with the attitude that you're going to walk out with $20,000, $30,000 in cash. It doesn't happen like that. We all have our bad nights. That's something else that I will be posting. I will be going live, possibly even wearing a body cam depending on what club I'm at, and showing you
Wearing a body cam? I don't think you're allowed to do that. How would we fit a body cam if you're stripping? You're gonna take off all your clothes. It'll be very noticeable. Where we're gonna put the body cam, like the cameras on the nipples or something. I can't. I'm trying to imagine. It's not. We don't have the technology to conceal it on a naked woman. What are you talking about?
firsthand what it's like, how much I make, and so you can kind of experience from my shoes. Don't go in with the attitude that you're going to make all this money and then you have a bad night and then you just quit. You have to go back and try. You have to stay on top of your game, and you have to be serious about it. You have to dedicate yourself to this. This is not something you can do once and make.
Yeah, she showed like her earnings for one night and she only made $34, and she was like, nah, it's not a very good night. And I'm gonna spend this on drugs. No, she didn't say that. But she probably did, because it was the stripping days when she was on drugs. But yeah, not very successful. It doesn't seem like the stripping industry was very profitable for her.
40 grand, go buy a house and live happily ever after. That does not happen. Let's see, what to expect when you go in. This is a big one. So I have so many issues with new clubs and girls. So my biggest thing is I'm always kind of like, I'm not scared, but I'm kind of standoffish when I go into a new club, because I do get eyed down and I get the hater looks and I get all of that, you know, like, who does she think she is? Because I walk with confidence. I am a strong woman. I am a confident woman. I'm not a conceited woman, so don't get it twisted.
I don't think like any guy would really be making that like those remarks or anything at the strip club unless you were a little bit conceited.
But at the same time, I do walk with confidence. And a lot of girls, they don't like that, and that scares them. And I get that, because I've been on the other side. Have beautiful women walk into the club, and I've been working there for years, and here comes my new component. That's my competition. Like, I'm gonna have to be able to speak, walk, dance.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. She only made poor money because men are broke, not because she's a terrible stripper. Yeah.
You know, all of that good stuff better than she does. So it's very intimidating, but don't let it bother you. Go in with a smile on your face when you talk to management. Stand your ground. You know, you don't have to smile and chit chat with all of the other girls. You're not there to make friends, you're there to make money, so remember that. That's the biggest thing. Girls are gonna hate, and pretty much what you can expect is kind of like high school. That sucks, but it is what it is. Excuse me. It's very similar to high school. No, I'm 30 years old. I know I don't look it.
This was from another tab open. How to Become a Stripper, August 17th, 2017. So about 7 years ago.
I drink a lot of water. I
8 years
work
ago.
out pretty regularly. Pole work is a great workout. That's another reason to get into this. It's an amazing workout. So, I don't look my age, but when I go in, I have a lot of problems with girls because they think I'm freaking 21. Like, they think that I'm childish like they are. So they start with the indirect comments, the petty.
She would have been 30 at this time. It was 2017. I would have been 27. She's 3 years older than me. That's how I do Brooke math. So she would have been 30 at this time.
Freaking behavior. I don't got time for that. Like, I do not have time for that. I am there to solely make my money, make business come in to see me, and leave. Like, that's it. Like, I'm not there to cause problems, and that's what you need to do. Don't cause problems. Keep a smile on your face. The resting bitch face does me well. I can't always.
2017 to I want to say like 2019 was like probably financially and just overall probably the best years of my life. I had like my dream house and shit. And then fucking COVID happened and my landlord sold all their houses and I had to move and now I'm in this fucking place. And I don't know. I think about 2017, 2019 a lot. Those were some good years.
Smile. It's done me more good than bad, the resting bitch face. So, you know, it is what it is. Don't.
I was like, Brooke had 40 grand. Life was good.
Take, don't take too much to heart when you're in that environment, in the dressing room, and, you know, it's your first time and you've never done this before. Just don't think too much into it. They're just hating. So, what's appropriate to wear? This is a big thing. I've met so many girls. I have managed before. I've bartended before. I've worked the door before. I've done everything in a strip club. I've been a bouncer. I've been a floor guy.
I'd love to see Brooke bouncing. You never bounced for a strip club? What are you talking about? Brooke working security? 5'3", Brooke working secure. Okay.
I've drove a limo. Like I will make money any way I can make money other
That's true, Red Hornet. I can't complain about that.
than prostitution and drugs. And those are 2 videos that we will get into at a later time, and you're gonna be surprised by the honesty that I share. But anyways, I've seen girls come in and they have, like, state of North Carolina, 75 to 80% of the clubs here are not fully nude. You have to have the proper attire. A good
Oh, remember when she tried to get her stripping license and they gave her some other license and she freaked the fuck out in that building? That was a fun time.
good steady pair of heels. Now, excuse me, these heels that I have on, they're Gucci. Very cute heels.
They're Gucci? Really? I don't think they are.
Not something that I would recommend for a strip club
Gucci, like, when I say Gucci, I'm like, this is good. Things are Gucci. Or, like, she's trying to say these are brand Gucci.
due to the fact of the bottom of them. They have no, like, traction for stage. And most stages are very slippery and slidey. Most clubs have carpet, but you still don't want to be sliding around. I mean, you
They gave her a panhandling license? What?
want something with a good grip. You want something that's going to keep you stable. So I recommend any shoe, well, not any shoe, but 75% of the shoes from Priscilla McCall's
Oh yeah, she live streamed it herself, I remember.
and Adams and Eves. Adams and Eves do not sell dancer underwear as of anymore. They used to. They do not cater to dancers anymore. I really don't like that. That kind of hurts my feelings. I'll get over it. But Priscilla McCall's is the best place to go for heels and underwear. They need to be stripper dancer underwear. If you walk in and ask, do you have stripper underwear? They're going to know what you're talking about. They're going to point you in the right direction. They cannot be see-through. Once again, state of North Carolina, your poo-poo cannot be hanging out. We don't want that. You want enough coverage. You don't want to be on stage dancing, twerking, whatever, prancing around if you don't know how to dance yet, and something falls out. I mean, it's okay if we lose one of these girls, but we don't want to lose one of those things, girls. We don't want to lose that, okay? We don't want that. So, make sure that you have the right underwear. That is the biggest thing. I've had to turn girls away from dancing. You know, beautiful girls, like, come in first night, want to start, and they don't have the right attire, heels or underwear. I've had to turn them away as management before. Also, state of North Carolina, garter belt. You have to wear one. This is the law. Unless you want to go to jail. I mean, if you want a free ticket ride to jail, don't wear your garter belt. This is the law. You have to wear that. If the ALE come in, alcohol law enforcement, if they come in and you're not wearing that, that could potentially be a ticket or a free ride in a cop car. So that's up to you. Some clubs are strict on that. Some clubs are not. You can kind of get a feel for the club. Once you're in and you're working in the club, you can kind of get a feel for it. House fees and tips. This is the biggest thing. 75%, nah, 50% of my money goes here. Goes to house fees and tips. That is huge. People don't realize guys come in and
Alan Gray. This is from 2017.
and they'll get, let's say, a $1,200 room. There's different rooms depending on what club you're in. We'll get into that later on. Some clubs just have private booths where you can do a dance. Some clubs have actual rooms where you can go in and privately dance. Most of these rooms do have cameras, and management do watch them to make sure that you are safe. I've even been to strip clubs that have hot tubs. It's fun. You're paying for the experience. Yeah, it might be $1,000 an hour, but where else can you sit in a hot tub, drink a bottle of champagne, and talk to a beautiful lady while getting a back rub?
I mean, pretty much any hot tub, I guess, if you know ladies that are attracted to you. Like, I don't I don't think you need to be spending $1,000 an hour to sit in a hot tub with a bunch of strippers. That's actually probably the last thing I would want to do. I don't want to share a body of water with, I don't know these women. They're in a very promiscuous line of work.
I mean, you really can't put a price on an experience like that. Anyways, say you get a $1,200 room. Depending on the club, You might get 5 out of that. You might get 7 out of that. You might get, 6.5 out of that, 650 out of that. It just really depends on the club. Check with your clubs, check the prices, and find the club that works the best for you, because it's about you. This is not about making money for them. This is about making money for yourself. So keep that in mind. Don't feel pressured to stay somewhere and work because you're a good entertainer and you're a beautiful girl. Don't feel pressured to stay there because management offers you something for staying, like, oh, well, we'll give you your own private dressing room if you stay and work for us. I'd rather just have the $700 that you're taking from me from the $1,200 room. I really don't care about getting dressed by myself, so that's huge. House fees, that's another big one. The later you go in, the more you're gonna have to pay to work. So keep that in mind. Like, you go in early, take a book with you.
I've been trying to find the pole dancing one. If you guys know where the pole dancing one is, let me know. I went to the wrong Reddit actually, and then I forgot why I had Reddit open. I'm on the People Be Tripping Reddit. Let me get back on track.
If you're in college, it's a great time to do schoolwork. Been there, done that. It's a great time to just stay informed. Watch CNN on your phone or whatever you like to do. That's a great time to do that between the hours. Most clubs open, if they're a nighttime club, they open between 5 and 6, maybe even 7. It just depends. But it's a great time. Yeah, it's going to be slow. You're going to sit there till 8, 9, 10 o'clock. It's really sucky to sit there for 3 hours and not make any money. But the early bird gets the worm. So with that being said, you never know what can happen. And it only takes one customer. It takes one guy. You don't need 50, 11 billion guys to come in and make it rain on you to make a little bit of money. I've sat with one customer.
Yeah, I can never find anything on this Reddit
All night long before and walked out with $5,000. It only takes one guy. And he might never judge a book by its cover. That's the biggest thing. A lot of guys, they like to put on a front when they come there to see what kind of reaction and attention they can get out of you. So don't disregard any man that walks in there looking shabby. It's really, yeah, you shouldn't treat people like that anyways. But
I'd rather a taco bar than a hot tub in a strip club.
But it's really, it's all about letting people be them and not expecting anything. Every time you sat down at a table
Okay, so honest Heather, all in one word. It's the first one that pops up. It says analyst. Okay, thank you.
to talk to someone, don't expect
I guess I can, hold on.
anything. That's what I do.
Check
I
the
expect not to make anything.
YouTube
If he
video.
wants to buy me a drink or get a dance, I'm grateful. If he wants to take it to the next level and buy a room and spend $500-$600, I'm super grateful. And I go in every night with an open mind. And that's what you do every time you sit down at that table with a different gentleman. You go in with an open mind and you don't expect anything. This is about hustling, but it's not about playing people.
Wait, how to become a stripper analyst? Because this one is, we watched this one before. This is her talking to, like, her friend, but there's no, like, she's not stripping on a pole or anything. Am I supposed to put honest Heather? I mean, like, this is the analyst one, though. Heather Rogers. Honest Heather from Honda? I don't know who you are. Bad Heather. Honest Heather's product review. Heather Tracy? And I don't know. I'll put this back for a second.
You don't want to get over on people and take advantage of people, especially drunk people, because that's when lawsuits and credit cards start getting objected. Like, this guy bought a room and then he realized the next day he doesn't remember even getting that room, and he was completely wasted, and he got a $1,200 room or a $500 room or an hour for $400, and he, it was accepted on his credit card, but then, he goes to his bank and he objects to it going through. That's where things go really wrong, and I don't.
Oh no, you're good. I appreciate you looking for me.
I can't think of the technical name right now, but not declined, but you know what I'm talking about. So, house fee. You have to pay a house fee to work. So the earlier you get there, the less it's going to be. I've paid a house fee of $150 before. That sucks. And I did not come out on top. I paid $50 for childcare. Then I paid $150 to show up to work. and I think I only made like $1.20.
It's Heather Brooke Clark. Sometimes with an E on the end if she's on social media, but I think legally there's no E on the end of Clark.
So I lost money. That's not good. That's not a good profit. That's not what you want. So the earlier you get there, the better off you're going to be, and the more money you're probably going to make. You do have to tip out your floor guys. You have to tip out sometimes your valet if they park your car. Sometimes at certain clubs, this is non-negotiable. You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to pay $5, $10 for this dude to park your car that you could have parked yourself and walked yourself across the parking lot, but the club just does not work like that. And it may be for safety reasons. So be grateful that you work in a nice establishment, or you're going in to work in a nice establishment, and they look out for you like that. That's about your safety. Also, you're gonna have to tip out your DJ. Your DJ that's your music. You need to let that define who you are as a person.
The strippers tip the DJ?
I like to dance to classic rock, country. If it's Friday night, Saturday night, and we have the right, what's the word?
Is that like a common thing? The DJ that goes, "Give it up for Honest Heather," and the DJ Electra voice. "Give it up for DJ Electra." You know, that's what we're tipping them for. I'd be like, I don't need that. I can just press play on my phone and I'll play the song. Like, I'll just hook it up to the speakers. You can like take a 15. I'm not fucking tipping you.
We have the right party for it. I like to dance to rap. I can dance to anything because I'm a dancer. When I first got into this, I could not.
I wouldn't be able to be a stripper.
Only dance to country. I would only dance to country. This is my music. I was set in stone, and that I missed out on a lot of money because of that. Since starting 2.5, 3 years ago, I've opened my mind more, and I've made a lot more money. And not only that, but I've made a lot more friends that I normally
anyone with the name Josh will be blocked.
Wouldn't have made due to the type of music that I like. So that's a big thing. You need to tip your DJ. Look out for your DJ because he's playing your music and you dancing and your personality all go hand in hand. So don't go in. Okay, 10% is the rule.
Okay, it's under the John Large videos captioned Brooke the ballerina. I think that might be the one you're looking for. On the Facebook, the John Large Facebook, or just, I didn't even know she had a John Large channel. Let me just double check that real quick. But if it's on the John Large Facebook, yeah, I can pull that up.
10% is rule of thumb. Your floor guys, your bouncers, floor guys, it's kind of the same thing. Your DJ, and sometimes managers, you're gonna have to tip them out. It just really depends on the club and where you're at and all of that. You need to look out for those people. Those are the people that could potentially save your life. I mean, let's be honest. Like, I don't want a man to come in and get mad that I won't give him a BJ in the back and he try to kill me on the floor and my floor guys not look out for me because I've never tipped them. Even on my good nights, when I was making $500, $600, $700, $1,000, I never looked out for them. And so they just let this man kill me because I won't give him a BJ in the back. That's like, you need to think about these things before you go in. Like, and if you're already a dancer and you're running into problems with management, you're running into problems with your DJ, you're running into problems with your floor guy, you might need to evaluate you. Because if you look around you and no one else is having problems, it's probably you. So 10% is the rule of thumb. Tip out is very, very important. So I've said a lot. I've covered a couple of bases. When you go into a strip club to get an interview, your resume is you. When I first started dancing, the first club I ever walked into in South Miami, I'm not going to disclose the name right now, but the first club I ever walked into, I didn't get a call back, and I was butthurt. Like, what's wrong with me? What's the problem? I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm funny. What's the problem? Let me back up. I walk in, this club actually had paperwork. Like, you had to fill out paperwork to even get an interview, to walk across their stage. They didn't even let me walk across the stage and dance, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? I later find out that since I showed up in cowboy boots, they didn't want me working there. They are a primarily Cuban club. They are not familiar with smart-ass little country girls who drive big trucks from North Carolina that wear cowboy boots. So they didn't like me from Jump Street. Second time I went back, I went dressed, you know, sexy dress, some high heels, you know, got the job like that. They didn't even make me fill out paperwork. So the paperwork was to defer me, pretty much. Like, it was like, okay, we'll just fill out this paperwork and we'll give you a call back.
All right, I found it. All right, here's this is Brooke, the ballerina. It's on the John Large Facebook page. Let's see these great fucking moves. A minute-long video. Is it copyright music? Probably.
Yes! Yes!
Why did it say it was a minute? It's 9 seconds. So that's like her one move, I guess?
Yes! Yes!
I don't know. She seems pretty stiff.
They didn't even call me back. So, it was the cowboy boots. You are your resume. What you look like, what you dress, what you say, how you act is your resume when you walk into a club.
Freaking reckless Eric.
I'm not gonna say that looks is all of it. It is 90% of it. I've seen some beautiful girls get fired because of their attitude. You can't go to work with a bad attitude. So if you're thinking of getting into this and you already have a bad attitude and you're just a shitty person, just don't. Just do yourself the favor and don't. So you need to be positive. You have to keep a smart business mind about yourself and stay positive.
I know where that one is. You guys like that one? I like that one too. The Paul.
So, like I said, I can't edit this. I'm not too sad about that. I'm not too happy about that. Things are going to get better. Like I said, I'm going to give you guys on YouTube 10 videos in 90 days, and we'll see what happens. I'm interested in doing strip club reviews.
Alright, 1 second here. We're gonna do picture-in-picture just so we can get this bigger here. This is the Paul one. Paul. Let's get the audio.
5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8 stars in the same vicinity.
I don't know what the fuck that is. Paul.
Whiskey or wine, is it something in it now making us wanna cross that line? It's not as easy as it looks. When I tell you that I work
It's just, I don't know, it looked pretty easy to me.
more tutorials on how to make more money, how to build regulars, and all that good stuff. I will be doing a weekly wine. Every time I do a video, I will have a different bottle of wine. I'm not a big drinker, but I have a lot of friends who are. A lot of friends that are into different types of wine and they're not familiar with it. This Red Diamond is a beautiful Merlot. It is also...
Thanks for the beans. You're up in my broadcast throwing me beans?
Pat Paulson super chatted $2. Now we get 90 videos in 10 days.
Hell yeah, thank you, Pat Paulson.
Usually runs about $17 to $20 a bottle. I got this one on sale tonight for $7, so I'm super stoked about that. I look forward to seeing you guys again. Thank you so much. And once again, like, subscribe, and the page is Honest Heather, and my name is Heather Brooke. Thank you guys.
Yeah, when you say subscribe now, apparently the subscribe button lights up. Subscribe. I don't know. I don't know why YouTube does that. Anyways, that's all the steam I got. Hopefully she's fucking live again. Hopefully not. Let's just do a quick check here before I dip out. Or dip out for the day before I come back for Tony, probably. I'm not seeing. All publicity is good publicity. She uploaded a short with 9 views. What's this? We don't have any audio. What's up with that, Brooke?
Back, 'cause in life we project our insecurity.
Oh, it's because it's music. So she just was walking with the music playing. All right. Okay, we didn't miss anything. I will see you guys later. Take care.